Spotify, Stitcher, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And if you're on Apple Podcasts, please give us a 5-star review so we can continue to give you the ish that we talk. And now that is out the way, I will not act like I'm on AM fucking radio. What the fuck's the deal, all of you ugly motherfuckers? What's poppin'? I'm here with you. We here together. We gonna make this shit pop. Lindsay, what the fuck is going on? My dog.
Like, what will be a breaking point for you where you just like, you know what, I'm out?
All right. Yeah, so I'm about to say this is where we ask the audience.
Yeah.
So
you already
said cheating, right?
Yeah. Cheating.
Okay.
So
Anybody
you're
else?
not giving a pass or nothing like that.
There ain't no way.
That's no way.
Do it once and do it twice. There ain't no way. You would suspect yourself.
So it's like if it's just cheating for her, like, so if it's cheating for you the same way too? Yeah. So like if you cheat, do you feel like I need to leave this relationship?
If I would ever cheat, I would leave you first. I would leave you first.
You such a gentleman.
I do what I do.
You such a gentleman. That shit don't happen in real life, but you such a gentleman. Anything else?
In the moment.
In the moment.
That's different. I wouldn't be in the moment.
So you wouldn't put yourself in the moment. I got you.
Yeah. Like, make it make sense. Like, cause what's the moment?
When I decide it's the moment, it's the moment.
Oh, okay.
If I never say to myself, like, I should probably get out of here.
So like, do the whole time you just like, oh no, this cool. This ain't. We just chilling. She just want to rub my back. That's cool. Ain't nobody tripping. It's like, oh, okay. I mean, okay. Oh, all right. You ain't got to kiss my neck. That's okay. Cool. This is not the moment yet.
Not yet.
It's not the moment yet.
I didn't do it.
So it's like, now my pants is down. This is.
If she pulls them down.
Oh, this ain't the moment. This ain't the moment. This ain't the moment.
She did it.
This ain't the moment. So when is the moment? When you're done, you're like, oh, yeah, this is the moment.
I was supposed to go to the store. I was gone for 2 hours.
I had to go get my bro,
That's
right?
the moment. Yep.
That's the moment.
That's the moment.
Okay, so that's your.
What you
So this is cheating for you. Like, if she cheats, oh hell no. But like, I just had to wait on the moment. Like, no. That's like the moment. That wasn't the moment. No, she sucked my d. I didn't ask for it.
I don't say the words.
It's like, no. I didn't know. You know when I feel something wrong, baby, I'm gonna just tell you the truth. When she was like, I was like, maybe it's time for me. Ain't no restaurateur gonna run up on Keith Lee. Let's just end that shit right there. Y'all talk a lot of shit, but y'all not about to run up on. Ain't nobody about to run up on him, slap no food out his face, and tell him, bitch, what? Like, that's just not gonna happen to you in no way, shape, possible.
So Saucy Santana got in on it. He pretty much was like, tag me in. And he snapped on DJ Academics and told him to pull up. He was like, go to my page. We got all kinds of bookings. We outside. Come pull up at one of the bookings, and I'll beat your motherfucking ass.
Saucy Santana just doesn't look like the homosexual man that you gonna hit, and he looked like that dude off of Low Down Dirty Shame. He ain't about to grab his face and be like, "Oh, Bernard,
him, you slut, Bernard."
He about to beat the dog shit out of you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. And I'm laughing because it's gonna be so funny because you're gonna see a dude massively beating the shit out of a man with an open fist, and you gonna hear bitch.
Good evening, everybody. Thanks for watching the Ish We Talk with me. Like and subscribe. That's my shout out to Gracie's Corner. This is the Ish That We Talk. I am Lily. Y'all should know by now what I do. I smoke joints, I drink beer, I talk trash. I am with the vintage age wine top shelf Tanqueray, bad MO that goes to travel, comes back, gives you great gifts, and acts as humble as she wants to be. But she do way more than you extra acting nigga. Let's give a round of applause for my dog, my cousin, Lindsay.
Hey, what's going on, everyone?
And you know, of course, this superior co-host / special guest that we always have the occasional times to slap spit with, one of the brassest, slickest people that you ever gonna meet. Top dog of it all, the lady that's going to talk shit and probably punch you in the mouth. Let's give a super round of applause for the homegirl Breezy Brick.
That's on mute.
Sorry. Hey guys. Just Bria do. That'll be fine. But thanks for the shout out. Hi everyone.
No, it ain't never gonna be just Bree, so you're gonna have to get used to that.
Right, I'm just Bree.
That's gonna be so lame. I'm gonna build Lindsay up and then I'm gonna turn around and be like, oh yeah, and Bree here.
Right.
That'll be funny. I will crack up. Like, yeah, and she here too and shit.
Right. Well,
you know, this motherfucker right here.
Right.
But now, anyway, back to the business. This is the Ish We Talk, man. We do thank you for liking and subscribing and rocking with us a real cool way. Again, we had the pleasantries in the intro, but I'm always and forever give a shout out to my reckless, malnourished, probably need a hug from their mama type of individuals in Twitter. I love y'all. I've been calling myself T Grizzly since y'all came on board.
Oh Lord. Okay. That is funny. That is hilarious.
Yeah, it's real. It's real.
Oh, okay. Why they caught what happened? I don't know what went on.
There was one episode a while back where somebody on Twitch was like, how they get T Grizzly on the podcast?
Ooh.
Yeah. It was because it was so authentic. Right after that, shout out to Glenn, who is an amazing subscriber. He hit me the very next podcast and was like, we got Lee Grizzly in the building.
That's funny. Oh,
yeah.
Your hair, I can see the T Grizzly. I get it. I see
it too. I see it too.
I don't.
No, I definitely see it.
I definitely don't.
I mean, I can see it, but it ain't like that.
Mm-hmm.
But I love it either way. Like, I love it.
Yeah.
Like I said, I've been like, yeah, shit, got me T Grizzly.
Right.
Like, what do I call? I'm gonna call you. What do I call you, man? Call me T Grizzly.
So yeah. Yep. So, yeah. So let's go ahead and start out the show with sending our thoughts, prayers, and condolences to his family, to the legendary actor Louis Gossett Jr. He did go on ahead and pass away this morning.
Yeah.
So so shout out to him. He was the first Black actor to receive a best male supporting actor Oscar. So, and the last movie that he was in was The Color Purple.
Yeah.
A reimagination, and he does have a movie coming out here this year in a couple of months too. So it's called If. And if anybody hasn't seen the trailer looks really cool. So, but yeah. So shout out to him. He has an amazing body of work.
Absolutely, he didn't went on to glory.
Yeah,
super
Wasn't he
amazing.
Shaft?
You said what?
Wasn't he Shaft?
No, that's Richard Roundtree, and Richard Roundtree passed away. We shouted him out on the show as well when he passed. But
wait a minute. Wait a minute. Richard Roundtree.
Yeah. Lord, why ain't nobody called me?
Ain't nobody told me
Nothing.
I knew 100% that's where we were going.
Right.
I knew that's where we were going. You said you sounded like that little white dude in that reel to be like, wait a minute. Who are you? I knew where this was going. You was like, man, why ain't nobody told me Richard Roundtree is bad? Even though, like, it's so crazy because even though you said that, you still mistaked him for Louis Gossip Jr.
They don't look alike.
Thinking Shaft was dead.
You didn't. They don't look alike.
No.
Okay.
Don't
play me like Louis Gossip, like Richard Roundtree is light skinned like Prince or something. They both are the same.
Can you pull up Richard Roundtree and first of all, rest in peace to the dead, both of them. Can you pull up Richard Roundtree and Louis Gossip Jr. because I'm not making fun of these people. These people were amazing, but I want you to if you can pull them up, please pull them up.
I got you. Hold on.
What's the problem? I mean, they do look alike. What's the gripe, kids? They fake.
What's the gripe? We want the world to see if they look alike.
Right. Hold on.
Okay.
Because Richard Roundtree died in October. So let's see, Lord. Yeah.
While you pulling that up, I will talk about this man. This man is not only an Oscar winner. This man has worked with the likes of Chuck Norris all the way to Taji P. Henson. His body of work stretches decades, and he should be respected. From Raising in the Sun to The Color Purple, this man has done phenomenal work.
Yeah.
And we lost a true true humble man, because you got to think about it. You never heard this man about any kind of controversy, none of that. He just strived for greatness, and he just happened to have the gift of being Black. So we should respect that 100%.
All right. So for comparison purposes, this is Richard Roundtree.
Okay.
This is Louis Gossip Jr.
I couldn't do nothing but laugh myself.
So you want to ask if he was Shaft one more time?
Now wait. Now flip back to the first one, Richard Roundtree. Now they kind of look alike a little bit.
Where?
No.
Where?
Look it back up.
If you gonna play that game, Bree,
You know what
that's
it
that
is?
nigga's third cousin.
I've been around these snow bunnies for so long. My mind is warped to where I'm starting to think and see like them.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Because
You know what?
they do. I mean, I don't know. I don't know why. Lord, I don't know why I thought he played Shaft. I guess because they both always had mustaches, so maybe that's why I thought that.
They black with mustaches.
Black
You
with
know
mustache.
what? I'm
This
ashamed of
nigga didn't win
myself.
Candace Owens on us.
Lord.
God damn.
I'm
Right,
sorry.
you
I
like
didn't
the
mean to.
It's like the
Lord.
news don't have one black person working there. Because
I
I'm sure there's somewhere in some small town that didn't put up Richard Roundtree as Louis Gossett Jr. I'm sure there is. I'm sure there is.
I'm sure because they were rural and they all thought colors look alike.
Right. And they ain't seen Louis Gossett since an officer and a gentleman. So
I didn't
and Bree has
they
been
seem like they looked alike to me for some reason. Maybe Louis Gossett Jr. was on an episode of Shaft. That's what it is.
It ain't been an episode of oh my mother.
Shaft ain't it? It wasn't a TV show. It's a movie.
It's a movie.
It's several movies.
Okay, so I knew it wasn't now. Don't hold up.
Yeah, it's
don't try to
movies,
play me like I didn't know what I was talking about. I knew
you said an episode. You said an episode like it was 6 seasons of the Shaft.
Richard Roundtree was in how many Shaft movies?
I don't know.
It was at least 2 or 3
at
of
least
them.
2.
That's what made me
think.
I
think it's Shaft with Samuel. He was in. He was
did
in the
Shaft,
second
Shaft
one of those.
in Africa. He did Shaft in Africa. That's 2 where he led. I know for sure. And then he did do a cameo in the reboot that Samuel L. Jackson played. But
he was in 3. Yeah, he was in 3 Shafts.
So that's at least 3 Shafts. But I think there's more Shaft. Yes, there is more Shafts. Shaft's Big Score. Shaft in Africa.
See. Him doing all them little bootleg Shafts made me think it was a TV show. So that's why. One, I wasn't old enough. The shit wasn't coming on when I was little, so I was watching reruns or whatever.
Now, hey Lindsay, can you pull up? Because I can pull up. Louis Gossett Jr. was in not one Shaft.
No, not one.
Not a one.
No, it's not here.
What year did Shaft come out?
Shaft came out in 71.
71. Boom, boom, boom. In 1970, Louis Gossett Jr. was in a movie called The Landlord.
Well, it's times like this where we're glad that Google's here to educate us, because I could have been passing off bad information. I'd have been telling people like, yeah, he was in Shaft. I would have been getting dirty looks and all types of shit. So I appreciate.
In 1971, instead of the Shaft, Bree, he starred in The Skin Game.
I see. None of those things ring a bell. So I don't know.
No, can't say I've seen those.
I'm sorry, Louis Gossett Jr., that I placed you to be Shaft. Maybe you just was such an awesome black man. I thought you was Shaft. I don't know. That's how we sum that up.
Now, I'll give you that. Yeah. Shaft was a bad mother, shut your mouth. And so was Louis Gossett Jr.
See? Right. Yeah. Yeah.
I saw this scene today on Twitter from an officer and a gentleman, and it was the scene where Richard Gere's character was holding up his legs, and he was Louis Gossett Jr.'s character was basically telling him like, give up, go home, go be with your dad and y'all go gallivant or whatever. And he was just like, I have nowhere to go, and that scene right there, when I tell you it was some serious acting in that scene, I was like, that's where he got that Oscar. That scene right there. That scene right there. I'm willing to bet money that was the scene that got him that Oscar because that was some serious acting.
But you know who he do look like? Louis Gossett Jr. now. He do look like Mr. Gaines from A Different World.
I give you that one.
I will 100% give you that one.
That one I give you.
I'm gonna be honest with you. When his picture pulled up, I was like, Mr. Gaines. I just didn't say it. So
yeah, let me get you. Yeah, that's Lou Myers.
Okay. See all these nigglets. It's all coming together. Lou Myers, Lou Gossett Jr. They cousins and Shaft. All of them are related.
Yeah.
All of them is kin on down through there.
I would have respected but laughed way more if you'd have been like, yeah, because that was the dude from A Different World. I would have lost my shit.
Well, see, I was convinced that when y'all pulled him up, he was gonna be Shaft. So I did not.
Lord have mercy.
That man didn't cross my mind because I really did think Louis Gossett Jr. was Shaft, and I got him and Richard Roundtree confused.
That's Lou Myers.
Yeah, absolutely. I will believe that.
Yep.
So I give you that one.
Yep.
I give you that one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay then.
Now, Bree, as much as you stack that on to that didn't help your argument.
I'm just saying. Shit happens.
Yeah, shit happens. Shit definitely happens.
Shit does. But it's still not helping your argument. You have the eyes of Karen. And we need you to change that up.
All right. I tried my best.
You tried. And we appreciate the effort.
Rest in peace, Mr. Gossett. I did not mean to step on any toes. I just put you in too many movies you wasn't supposed to be in.
Episodes,
right?
Yeah,
episodes of Shaft that I thought
Shaft had 12 seasons we don't know about. Bree got them in her stash right now.
Right. She break them out.
Shit, I wasn't born in no damn 70s. Y'all wasn't either. I'm sure. I don't know how y'all sitting here like y'all big dogs. And where was y'all at? Oh, y'all seen it live too?
Nah, I just had a cool ass uncle that ain't never left the 70s. That nigga still pull out a Versace shirt, nigga, on your head.
He gonna hear this and be like, you talking about me, you jive turkey?
Yeah. All that.
But yeah.
He tell you some real dope shit like, hey nigga, check this out. Bees fly and they shit honey. So I don't understand why a bitch move with a pussy and don't make no money. And you be like, what the fuck are you talking about, huh?
Wow.
Yeah, he that type of nigga.
That is.
I'm talking about legit told me that before. It took me a while to realize what he was saying because when I thought about it, I was like, that's some hard shit. But at the same time, when he told me that shit, I just was like, man, you drunk, you tripping.
Right. You just blow him off. Then you like, you know what? That's math. He was spitting mathematics.
That's math.
Yeah.
Shit hard. That nigga told me if a bee flies and shits honey, why can a bitch walk around with pussy and ain't got no money?
That's a word.
I said, damn.
Mm-hmm.
When you think about it now, you like, boy, this nigga was on to something. But you know what I'm saying? Because OnlyFans and everything popping, you like, damn, this nigga was ahead of his fucking time.
He really was. But and that's one thing that will always sell.
What?
Huh?
You didn't hear what I said?
I didn't.
Oh shit.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
We'll tell you after. We'll tell you after.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
I would say it again, but nah, we were just talking about the 70s. That's it.
Oh, okay. Oh, I'm glad I didn't hear whatever that was. All right.
So next up, coming back to 2024, the trailer for Bad Boys Ride or Die was released. So, you guys saw it?
Yes, I did.
I did see
and
that.
What are your thoughts?
I can't wait.
Dude.
You know what? I ain't even gonna lie. To see Martin Lawrence back into acting shape. Yeah, I can't wait to see this.
I don't give a damn how many they make. It can get to 9, and I'm going to see every one of them. Like it was,
yeah, I hope it go like the Fast and Furious go.
It kind of can't no more.
They
running out of. They look like they running out of material. The captain, they trying to say it was bad and he's dead. It's getting slim. It's gonna be Tubi in a minute. So
now they just got to start adding more people. You know the thing to say Fast and the Furious, they start adding more people.
I don't want it to do that.
I don't want them to do that. I need them to think more outside the box, but not too far outside the box, because Bad Boys 3, they went too far left field for me. I did not like it. Yeah, I did not like it at all. But it feels like they're coming back.
I liked it, but I didn't.
I did not like it, because at the end of the day, the essence of Bad Boys is that these are narcotics cops. So why are we not talking about drugs again? You know what I'm saying? Like,
was though.
What? I mean, drugs was involved. It was.
Yeah, drugs were involved.
You know,
because his illegitimate fucking kid was by a bitch who was fucking. You know what I'm saying? That was fucking with a nigga that was a drug lord.
De Blanco or something.
Because she was fucking with the drug lord. That's not enough. That's not enough.
I get that it wasn't enough, but they still added that in. It's still an element that they are narcotics.
They did that just to say that they said just to save face. They did it just to save face. It's not the essence. This is the essence of face. It's not.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I was not here for it.
I was just watching that with her crazy ass.
Right.
Lindsay took her drawers off. This is the essence of Bad Boy.
Right. Voila. So yeah, like that I needed to get back to his roots, but it's looking like it's doing that with a new flavor. So
I can't wait to see it. Oh, Mike Larry. Shit.
I know they got him running down the street with his shirt open, even though he got a wife beater on. But
I don't give a darn. I love it. Bad Boys 1. And see, you know, like I'm a parent, I have teenage kids. They don't care about that shit. They not pumped. I'm like, oh, they got another Bad Boys. It don't look stupid. I'm kind of geeked to see it. They're like, y'all wasn't there for the essence of Bad Boys. Like that shit was a big deal, especially Bad Boys 2. That really was a big deal.
Bad Boys 2 was a huge deal.
It was a big deal. When that movie came out, that shit, it was so many black people. That I remember that was a big deal.
You know what is so crazy about that? Bad Boys 2 had a better script, but Bad Boys 1 was a better movie.
I agree.
Yeah, Bad Boys 1. That was kind of raw, uncut Martin a little bit too. That was that Martin. So
right.
Yeah.
Right. Now, did y'all know, fun fact, that they casted Martin first for the movie? And Martin was the one that suggested Will Smith.
Yeah, I seen that.
And they weren't like 100% sold when he said it either. Because they were still looking at him as the Fresh Prince.
He wouldn't have been able to, he couldn't have did. Who was he supposed to do it with? I forgot. They said it was supposed to go to, it was somebody. I can't think, but it wouldn't have been right, whoever it was.
Yeah.
Whoever they said, it was just like, what? Why would I even put them together? You know what I mean?
Right.
This is, that was when black niggas really fuck with niggas. And you got to think, Martin, the comedian, he came from around hip hop, because you got to think that nigga used to work with Salt and Pepper, like legit.
Yeah, right. They used to work in a call center.
You know what I'm saying? So that nigga, he grew up around rappers for real. Then he did Def Comedy Jam, so he knew rappers. So like I like how he understood, like, hey, You know, I got this movie where I can play an action star. I'm getting my Eddie Murphy on. But then this nigga can
That's
get
who was
acting
supposed to be
chops
in the
on.
movie with him, Lily, and that's who it was
Eddie
supposed to
Murphy.
be, Eddie Murphy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
That wouldn't have been right. They time was just what they did: Boomerang and Life.
Yep. Yep. I remember that now. It was supposed to be Eddie
It was
Murphy.
supposed to be Eddie Murphy, and I was
That
like,
shit wouldn't have been right.
that wouldn't have been right. Who was gonna do all them things? Don't nobody think Eddie Murphy's King Dingaling. He ain't old Mike Larry. You know
But
what I mean?
that's the thing. Yeah, he couldn't have pulled that off.
Hell no.
Well, you know, he was Marcus in Boomerang, and that barely made the cut, to be honest.
Girl, Marcus in Boomerang fucked Lady Eloise, and that's just that. He could not. That he blew
Like,
it.
I was about to say, Boomerang was a nigga that was a player that wasn't getting what he wanted. Mike Lowry was getting what the fuck he wanted.
That's what
Mike
I'm
Larry
saying. Like
was
he
King
barely, made
Dingaling.
the cut, and like being like us being sold on him being this player.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm
He barely
saying.
made the cut in Boomerang, so it would not have worked at all in Bad Boys.
It was not had. He did it to Lady Eloise. He blew it. He blew
And then
it.
even think about it. If you really put it in perspective, Martin was smart because he understood that, hey, I gotta be the comedic role. We can't have two comedians trying to fight over who's gonna be the funniest, because then it's not gonna be an action movie.
Exactly, because it wouldn't have been. And see, Will was young. That's when Will ain't no old ugly man now, but that's back when Will was fine. And you know, he was running and shit like that. Will looked good in Bad Boys.
Will always has looked good, but I don't know. It's just something about him. He just reminds me of a big cousin.
Oh yeah,
I don't look at him like that.
Yeah, because in real life the nigga is a lame. Like it's just like I love.
I'm talking about
don't
like
get it twisted.
Before. I'm talking about
whenever you seen him from the 90s, nigga, from 1988 to 2024, Will has always been a lame. That's something that's pegged his whole life. That's one of the reasons why he was trying to strive so hard. The nigga just come off like a lame.
Until you little kids all across the land. There's no need to argue. Parents
just don't understand. Right.
Yeah.
I mean, I get what you're saying. He just never came off as lame to me. Maybe because I was a kid and that stuff, I gravitated to it. But on top of that, you know, he has the summer anthem, been having the summer anthem for 30 years.
Yeah, summertime.
You can't be a lame with the summer anthem for 30 years.
Okay, well, this is my argument with that. I'm not saying that he was never a good rapper. I'm just saying as far as how most people looked at him, they looked at him as soft, and he just can't never change that. You know what I'm saying? Now, as far as him being a good rapper, he's a great rapper because he never tried to be tough rapping. He made money off of it and talked about how he made money off of it.
Right, but he came up around the time when gangster rap came up, so he was like the complete 180 of gangster rap. So yeah, anybody for real that's coming up against NWA is gonna look lame.
Ah, yeah.
And to be a complete 180 of that.
The Fresh Prince up against, man.
Yeah, I get it. I get it, but
that's cold too on them tables, but
yeah, DJ Jazzy Jeff is a goat. He's been goated.
And that's not saying you don't respect him. I just put it in general like this. If you know you got an uncle on Wall Street and you got an uncle that push cocaine and a nigga told you he was gonna shoot your car up, who you calling?
The uncle on Wall Street.
Wall Street uncle. We about to get this nigga. He's going to be right
and we on
house. He's gonna have the police gonna pull him over. He gonna have 30,000 bricks in his trunk. He going to jail for he touched me.
That's what y'all thinking now grown. If I ask y'all at 16, y'all be calling that uncle that pushed cocaine.
You just not gonna sit here and make me say I thought Will was lame like that because I just didn't. Now,
because I just
didn't.
Just didn't. Now, do I think he's a sex symbol? Not really, but he do look good if that makes sense. Like he brought the attractiveness to Bad Boys.
Yeah.
I will give you
Yeah,
that
because he
100%.
had his grown man on. Like, you didn't look at him as the Fresh Prince when you
No,
watched Bad Boys.
He wasn't really from Philly no more.
No,
right.
He was Mike Larry. Shit.
He was
Yeah,
Mike Larry.
He was on his way to being Mr. Box Office.
Yeah.
100. 100. The Black Man Show was watching. He says, "What's good, y'all? Hey." He says, he's a lame to niggas. He was a battle rapper though. Y'all just don't know his catalog.
I listen, I'm not never, like I said before, I'm not never saying that Will Smith was a bad rapper. Will Smith was an amazing actor. Still is an amazing rapper. Like, don't get it twisted. That shit he did with Jonah Lucas was fucking amazing. I will never downplay him. What I will say is, dudes of a certain category in certain neighborhoods wasn't respecting Will like that. And then fast forward now, I can only speak of now of how he's letting this woman do basically do what she wants to do. In spite of his career and his life, like, she's really making him look like what niggas thought about him a long time ago.
She ain't making him look like shit.
Man, Bree.
We're not going down that road. We're talking about Bad Boys.
I just said something. I didn't know if he was gonna get a response or not. I didn't say it. I'm sorry, I blurted it. My bad.
Yeah.
All right. So the Black Man Show also says, I'm a gladiator, and I felt really hate a nigga stepping to me. That's a perpetrator. I hope I said that right.
You did say that right, and the fact that the black man still knows these old school rhymes, man. Hey, boy, you tough as a motherfucker for that.
Yeah. He also says Jada's man. That's a different story though. Jada's a man. Jada's a man. That's what he said.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's in there too.
Yeah, but as far as Bad Boys 4,
I'm here.
June 7th.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely going to see it.
I'm here for Bad Boys 4, Life 2, Coming to America 2, Big Mama 16, all of it. I don't care. I'm going to see it.
Now, I never liked any of the Big Mama, so I can't say that.
At all.
I did like Big Mama, the first one. I did like that one.
I did
but
like
the second one, third one.
I didn't like none of that
and
shit.
I am a huge Martin Lawrence fan. Like, I will go to war for Martin Lawrence, but I do not like Big Mama's House. I do not like the streets.
The second and the third, I could have dealt without, but that first one, I liked it. That
I ain't even seen the third one. That's how much
I ain't either. I definitely haven't seen no third one.
I took my kids to go see it when it came out. They was little and they wanted to see it.
Mm-hmm.
I can't deal with Big Mama. For me, Big Mama, I thought he was just chasing Eddie Murphy after that. And I didn't like it.
Life or nothing in.
Nah, that was when Eddie Murphy was doing, characters in a movie. And so I think for me, I thought he was chasing, and I didn't like it.
Excuse me. I mean, it was around the time of Nutty Professor, so I get where you're going with that.
I see what you're saying. I forgot that they can do a Nutty Professor 4, and I will go see that too.
Oh yeah, 100%, because Eddie was a fucking
genius. They can do all the Nutty Professors in movies, TV shows, little vignettes, YouTube channels, TikTok pages. Like, they can do everything they want to do with the Nutty Professor. I'm in.
Yeah, I fucks with the Nutty Professor. I do. I like it.
That was
when the first one came out, my mama bought us the tape when it came to VHS. I literally watched that movie every night. Every night. Like, you couldn't get me. Every time somebody talk about their colon cleanse, I go into a whole scene. Like, it's a wrap for me. Like, it's me and the Nutty Professor from here to the end of time.
Yeah, it was that shit. That grandma did it. She blew it.
Yeah.
Man, that nigga was able to successfully pull off fucking 6 different individuals.
Yeah. Yeah, and it wasn't his first time.
In the 90s.
In the 90s.
Yeah. Seamlessly.
Yeah.
Seamlessly. The technology was there. The acting was there. The script was there. Everything was there.
Yeah.
Like motherfuckers, I say it all the time, man. I just said this shit last month. I promise you. I said, man, motherfuckers don't understand how much Eddie Murphy is the architect of what you see now.
The only one he wasn't was the little boy.
Yeah.
Right. Right. I seen behind the scenes, like they had to do those several times, and then he had to do them with hours of makeup for each character. Like those scenes were epic.
Yeah, they was laughing. It wasn't like it was like, all right, come on. They still cracking up at whatever he said.
Right. The Blackman Show says Eddie's one of the people to wear a dress and people don't trip over it. Agreed.
And you don't trip over it because he didn't idolize being in a dress. He literally played characters, and that's where it stopped. He's not known for being a grandma. He's still fucking Eddie Murphy. But Tyler Perry is known for being Medea.
Yeah. But I will say this with the scrutiny of black men in dresses. The only time that Martin Lawrence gets brought up is Big Mama's House. They never bring up the TV show. They never bring that up. So like the TV show Martin is like in a field with the Nutty Professor and Eddie Murphy. But they put that whack ass Big Mama's House over there with the Tyler Perrys and everybody.
Exactly.
Else. Yeah. Just saying.
I don't get jiggy with that shit. Like I said, I feel like he was chasing after that.
Yeah. I'm just glad it's out. It looked like it's gonna be good. And I know that ain't on there, but it's coming out too. It just looked like the entertainment industry is just regurgitating everything from my channel. Yeah. It's a lot. I'm excited to see a lot of these remakes though. Even though Bad Boys ain't a remake, it's a
continuation of the series.
Yeah. What is this? Bad Boy 5, basically?
It's 4.
It's 4, but if we get to 5, I'm going to see that too.
Right. I'm in. The Blackman Show says they do bring up Wanda though. They do.
Yeah, Wanda was different.
Wanda's different though.
Wanda Wanda was bullshit.
But Wanda was funny though. But Wanda,
he was on Shanae was all about action. Shanae act like the OG from the neighborhood.
Yeah, now one movie they were supposed to do that I wish they would have went on ahead and did, because that trailer that they did was out of this world, was the Wanda and Shanae movie when they were supposed to be bank robbers.
That shit was funny.
It was hilarious.
Yeah.
That was
they would have been letting it off.
That would have been hilarious.
They could have did that. That would have changed the game.
And you know who else they don't bring up? Norbit. They don't bring up Rasputia. We forgot all about her.
Yes, they don't bring
up. Don't bring up Rasputia.
Yeah.
Because I mean, and the thing is, they really bank on like motherfuckers bring up dresses because they always bank on the saying that these niggas got famous because of that. A lot. I think with Eddie, you can't say that because he was famous before he started doing that shit.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, and then the Blackman Show says because it's Eddie. Yeah, and that could be true as well. Do you know with Norbit, I bought that DVD for my grandma for her birthday. Mind you, my grandma at the time was in her late 80s, and I was like, when you watch it, you have to call me. She called me and was like, that was the most idiotic movie I had ever seen in my life.
Because she's 80. She got so much wisdom. That shit was some bullshit. She sit there like, what grandbaby bring me? And she watch it halfway through. And she see a scene and say, yeah, we gave you the best part. And he's like, ooh, what's that? And he's like, the turkey ass. It's like,
he's cutting it right off. Beep, what is this?
Exactly.
Now some ass due to them when they was in there doing the plans for turn like, and I'm not. Put it back on Murder, She Wrote, please.
Right.
I will.
Your people went right back to her stories. Like,
Okay. She was like,
She wrote.
give me the remote. I'm turning this shit off. Give me my phone. I gotta call Lindsay. She got me messed up.
We're not doing this today.
Not today.
She was not. She said, my days on this earth is short. I'm not about to be on no bullshit.
Dude. Yeah, and then the Black Man Show also says, but that's also the last time too. Yeah. Yeah, Norbert was the last time we saw him in the dress. But we barely see him, period, to be honest.
Yeah, Brett came out, he ain't had to work.
Like, yeah, he do what he want to do.
Just to be doing shit now, he ain't got to do shit.
Right.
Come on TBS. Like, it's still, all three of them will come on. My baby shouldn't know that movie. He's 5. He shouldn't. Shrek came out in 2000.
Dude.
Right. But Shrek is classic.
Yeah, it is funny.
Yeah, Shrek is the shit. Well, what I'm saying is Eddie Murphy got so much money, nobody is paying attention to. This nigga has done 3 movies on his own dime. This nigga did Coming to America 2. This nigga did Dolomite, and he's coming out with Axel Foley. These are 3 movies. This nigga just on his own dime. He's doing this. He don't got no big backers. And he just got distribution, and I can bank on he got distribution just because he's Eddie Murphy. That nigga still pays for everything because he want the money back.
Yeah.
Coming to America was shot in his house. Both of them. That's his house.
No, that's Rick Ross' house.
Nope. It's
Coming to America 2?
Coming to America 1 is his house. They said part 2 is in his house, but the other one was at a different location. But he shot them at both in his house at both of them.
Well, I know he also shot Coming to America 2 at Tyler Perry Studios as well.
Yeah, he did shoot it there. Yeah. That's why I didn't know about Rick Ross' house, but I know some of that was shot at
it was Rick Ross' house.
That Coming to America 2 was Rick Ross' house.
Mm-hmm.
Because Rick Ross got a big ass check for that.
Yeah.
His big back ass.
All right, we're moving on. All right, so Bad Boys 4, June 7th. That's my sister's birthday. Shout out to Ashley.
Shout out to Ash.
Definitely. But I probably will be out of town, and I know we gonna go see it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't care where I'm at. I'm going to see it. I can be in Timbuktu.
Yeah.
If it's a theater, I'm going to see it.
I've seen no Vegas and wasted my time, but I still went to see it.
So yeah. So next up, let's go ahead and talk about the Key Bridge. A few days ago, there was a cargo ship that was on a river going through Baltimore, and the cargo ship lost power. And so they called whoever, I guess it's like the Coast Guard or something. I don't know. Whoever the people are, they called the people and let them know, hey, we are coming along this river and we lost power. Mayday, mayday, mayday. This particular bridge in Baltimore called the Key Bridge collapsed after the cargo ship hit it because, they lost control of the cargo ship. And when I tell you this ship folded like a deck of cards, this shit folded like a deck of cards. Yeah, they had people working on the bridge at the time, so the bridge was not it was not being driven on, but 6 people they went missing that was working on the bridge at the time of the cargo ship hitting it. So last I heard, they still haven't found anybody. It went from a rescue mission to like just a recovery mission. So I don't know if y'all heard
Two
any
workers. I've heard
they
that.
found 2 of them.
Yep, just 2 though.
Okay.
And they didn't say which ones, if it was like the people on the boat that hit the bridge or the people that was on the bridge working. They just said 2 workers.
Okay. Okay. So the Blackman show says it's called the Francis Scott Key Bridge.
Francis Scott Key Bridge.
That's a track.
Yeah, it's a sad situation. You know, it's a sad situation when anybody loses their life in such a tragic way. But watching the video of it, it's like it just was surreal because it was like, what the hell was this bridge made out of for it to fold like that? That was insane.
They just hit the sweet spot, and then they was working on it. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
Because I seen the video, because I was, to be honest, I was like, well, did the driver fall asleep? Was they drunk? What went on? And it looks like the power went out on the boat itself.
Yeah,
and
that's what happened.
It flicked back on, and it wasn't good. It was kind of, they tried to avoid, but you know, them waves and stuff, people think like they could have just turned it. Them waves and stuff are different. Driving a boat is different.
Yeah, especially a boat of that magnitude. Like, when you see the rescue boats in comparison to the cargo ship, that is a big difference. So that just shows you how big this particular boat was. Like it's not just simple as turn the boat. And plus the boat didn't have electricity, so how can you turn it?
Yeah, it went out. It's really sad because that's a freak accident.
Yeah.
My condolences to them people's families, everybody involved.
Yeah.
Including they got on the bullshit with him and called him a DEI mayor of whatever city he was in. I can't remember right now. And Baltimore. I thought it was Baltimore, and I didn't appreciate that either. So, but
yeah, that shit was some bullshit. I'm gonna say this: that was a cargo ship. The Francis Scott Key Bridge is a major fucking bridge when it comes to import and export. It was a tragedy if we lose 6 souls. But you know me as the conspiracy theorist says this was not an accident.
Okay. I want you to elaborate, but before you do, the Blackman show says Francis Scott Key wrote the Star Spangled Banner. Yeah, I never heard of that person before these events. But yeah, please elaborate on this conspiracy theorist.
Well, in that area is a big import export area. I've gotten things that came out of that port because as a brand, some of my product comes from overseas. Stopping that whole crashing that is going to put a halt to a lot of things. One thing I have paid attention to already is certain car dealers for GMC things of that nature. They have been pushing back production as of lately, and they have been telling people who, with insurance claims, that it's going to take at least to the end of April for them to even get their products after this thing happened. So I will say this: be prepared for certain things in America to skyrocket, especially things that were coming in and out of that port. It's already a company right now on Instagram. Right after this shit came out, it's so funny. It's almost like they, you know what I'm saying, they just put it in the algorithm. As soon as that shit happened, I start getting posts because you know I distribute clothing from a brand in America talking about how good they are, but you're gonna pay this much for it. Like it's like fucking $25 to $45 hoodies, blank hoodies that these niggas was because of the material was similar to the same material I was getting from overseas.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
So basically what you're saying is that somebody allegedly may have done something to this ship so that it can gear people to buy American and inflate the prices.
Yeah, exactly.
During an election year.
Exactly.
I got you.
You see what I get a little high and then I'll be like, man, this shit don't make no sense for real.
Yeah. I see where you're going with that. The Blackman Show says one ship ain't doing all that. There were tens of ships held up during COVID-19, and that ain't happened like that. One ship would do that? Nah, bruh. Well, I don't know about you, but during the pandemic, I had shit held up. So,
dude, you know how long it took me motherfucking damn near 5.5 months to get some tracksuits sent to me. By the time I got the tracksuits, it was motherfucking wintertime.
And was that during the pandemic?
Yeah.
So this could do it, but at a smaller scale, but just enough to cause friction.
No, this gonna do it at a very larger scale because now what they're gonna do is say we gotta construct everything. So we gotta do everything over. We gotta make everything, super pressed so something like this won't happen again. So it's gonna stop production from that whole side.
So I guess we really need to focus on what was on the ship.
Yeah, what cargo was on that ship?
Yeah,
it's gonna determine.
Yeah. So the Blackman Show says, right, during the pandemic. So what's one ship doing? Yeah. So yeah, it probably would do it at a smaller scale, or it can be
one
what
ship
is on the ship.
All it takes is that one ship, because like you said, you got to play the whole conspiracy out and say, okay, they're working on this bridge. So this bridge, they already made this bridge flexible as shit because they already working on it. All right, so that's a great opportunity to go ahead and come through, fuck all this shit up, bow, and then it being an election year, somebody paid through there, somebody got some money, and then they gonna be like, oh, okay, nah, we have to reconstruct this whole port, and it's gonna take 3 to 5 years.
Yeah. So then the Blackman Show says the bridge figured Baltimore to New York, or he meant connected. The bridge connected Baltimore to New York. So that makes things all the more worse and will prove your theory even more. Because if you have a cargo ship coming and hitting a Baltimore bridge that goes to New York being the heaviest populated place in the country.
It's a fucking port. That's what I'm saying. They fucked the port up.
Right. I see where you're going. You're just basically saying this ain't a coincidence. Yeah. But we got to focus on what was on the ship and how things panned out.
Exactly.
Yeah. So
I guarantee that's how it's gonna be. I guarantee. Boy, watch how shit raise up. I'm already paying attention to it.
Yeah. Well, we shall see in the next couple of months on how this pans out, because the fact, yes, it was 6 lives that are hanging. Well, 2 of them we know for sure, but now we got 4 lives hanging in the balance. It wasn't like it was 400, which would have made it even that much worse. So,
but one life don't cost that much.
but
One
one
life
life
don't cost for y'all to just inflate everybody.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So you're saying it's more than just a coincidence that they were working on this bridge at the time for all this fire, because it would have been that much more worse had the bridge been operable.
Yeah. One thing, because one thing nobody is even saying is that every boat has a generator. Every boat.
It did
not just one.
Pick back off.
Again, that means shit was tampered with, because even if the engine goes cold, they got a generator that at least get them off coast. You can look this up.
Mm-hmm.
So if that happened where boom, my power went off and then my generator ain't working, that's a setup. You killed them people for nothing.
Well,
you killed them people because y'all wanted to make more money. That's crazy. I mean, again, that's just my opinion. But 6 souls shouldn't have got lost because y'all getting tired of getting shitted on by China.
Yeah. But, you know, if this is a government situation, they have killed people for less. They've killed more people for less.
You're 100%
you know what
right.
I'm saying? So it doesn't make it right, because one life is enough to not make it right, you know. The Black Man Show says this train had 2 other issues: failing propulsion just last year and crashed into a pier in 2016. Why is it operable? They should have burnt that mug a long time ago, if that's the case.
They still been running what they need to run until it don't run no more.
Yeah.
You gotta think how America is. America don't. That's why we are behind on everybody, because we don't change shit up.
Mm-hmm.
We hate change. We hate change. That's the thing.
Yeah. Yeah. And then the Black Michelle also says, and then the train issues in Ohio. Now, I'm not familiar with the
train issues in Ohio.
Yeah. Not familiar with that one.
I was about to say, I only just, you know what I'm saying, caught wind of what was going on right here. And my third eye got to talking crazy.
Yeah. Well, maybe the train issues proves to your point.
It could be.
And then the Black Michelle also points out in Boeing planes, this all leads to lack of leadership.
Oh, man, we ain't even going to talk about the fucked up Boeing plane.
Man.
Like, all that shit. That
CEO just resigned.
I can back all that shit up with controversy, because and my conspiracy theories on that shit. Like, I just don't understand why they put the most important people on the shittiest fucking planes. Shit is crazy to me.
Yeah. He said the trains had chemicals leaking. So they're just shutting down all our little transit systems.
Well, they making this.
They fucking up the planes. They fucking up the trains. Now they about to fuck up the automobiles next. Watch, we're gonna have a major recall. Knock on wood, because I'm in the market for a new car. So let's not do that one. But golly, planes, trains, and I'm not gonna say the last one. But yeah.
But you know, even in saying all that, for my conspiracy theory, 7, I'll just say this: like, all those, that's how they're gonna try to clean it up with this shit. Because now you ain't gonna get shit on that port from over the way no more. So we're gonna forgive all this shit and we're gonna push. This is how you move right here to get certain things. We gonna keep it American. Keep it American. We are slowly but surely turning into a third world country.
And the killer part is that all the American stuff is not constructed in America. So yeah, then there's that. So he also says, so that's all on the U.S. Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg. Yeah. Who is doing such a fantastic job. Enter sarcasm here. But yeah.
Man, come on,
yeah,
but don't none of them old niggas say anything no more, man. Like I hate to say it, like getting my real hood, man. Don't none of them niggas say no more, man. Them niggas just, man, them niggas just be sitting there. Them niggas don't do shit, man.
Yeah, they
ain't giving a fuck as long as they cool, they kids and they grandkids good. They don't give a fuck. When the shit hit the fan, they gonna die. Like that's it. They already know that's what's gonna happen. Like they don't have no type of effort to move forward because they know when the shit hit the fan, I'm gonna just die.
Yeah, it won't be held accountable.
Yeah, I'm already old as shit.
Yeah. So that is the Francis Scott Key Bridge. So yeah, we will see as this develops on if your theory is proven to be right. So yeah, so let's move on. Like, let's go on ahead and just do this. Before we do this, the Black Man Show says true. Pete just used all of his paternity leave to have a son with his husband. So yeah, he's been MIA. Right?
Of course.
Proving more to your theory. So let's go on ahead and get the main event out of the way. Diddy. We have talked about him before, and we shall talk about him once again. He had 3 of his homes raided this past week by the feds. And one of his homes in LA, 2 of his sons were there, Justin and Christian. They both were there, and along with what's that called? Staff. So with the staff, they all were detained while they raided the house. When you are detained during a raid, you're usually handcuffed. So what we saw from helicopter footage was Justin and Christian in handcuffs. Then we got wind that the what is that called? His private jet was on its way out of the country. Some people were saying that he was going to an island. Some people were saying that he was going to Cape Verde. Cape Verde actually trended because of this. And when all of it was incorrect, he was actually not on the plane, and the plane ended up coming back to the States. He was at the airport. There was a vacation, spring break vacation that he was supposed to be going on with his kids. And as far as them continuing on with the vacation, I don't think so. I'm not sure. But they were at the airport, and there was footage of Diddy just randomly pacing back and forth outside, which I think was staged. But anywho, so not only did this come out, but there was other things that came out. Now this was prompted. The Black Man Show says, then why were the kids at the house? The 2 boys were at the house who are adults. They're 25 and 30. When I'm referring to the kids as far as spring break, I'm talking about his underage kids. So, yeah. So, we have, we also have, we have all of this that happened because of the fact that, he's being sued by a former producer of his. And in the, very thick docket or complaint rather, he mentioned that he was a sex trafficker. So whenever that happens, that's when the feds are alerted for them to investigate. So they have been investigating him for a long time. Not only is it sex trafficking, but it's also drugs. And it's supposed to be some big organization. Some person that's supposed to be his drug mule was arrested as well in Florida. Then also, and that person is listed in the complaint. What's also listed in the complaint is Young Miami. Young Miami was listed in the complaint. The word initially was that she was a prostitute. Then it came out that she was a madam and that she transported drugs for him as well, more specifically pink cocaine. So I'll let you guys look up what pink cocaine is. I'm not gonna go down that road. But
well, wait, hold on, let me look it up.
Well, yeah, you look it up. So yeah, so that was listed along with Daphne Joy. Now, if Daphne Joy doesn't sound familiar to you, let me enlighten you. Daphne Joy is a lady who has 50 Cent's younger son. She's the mother of his younger son. She also dated Jason Derulo at a point in time. And now she's one of Diddy's concubines. And she's listed in the complaint as well as one of his sex workers. So, of course, 50 Cent being 50 Cent, he's been trolling Diddy for a while. But now he's trolling his baby mama. So this baby mama is a person I have never heard her speak before. And I've been seeing her for a really long time. But now she came out and she did her own clapping back to what 50 said. And in her clapping back, she threw out accusations about how he's not really around their kid and how he raped her. And then she did a boomerang of her crying.
Corn.
Okay. Yeah, cornflakes. So, yeah, and then of course he came back and he did the ultimate clapback because he put in a complaint or he put in a petition to have full custody of his son, which I am 100% for, because if you really are a sex worker, then you probably the kid probably should go to the more mature or more stable individual.
I'm getting my motherfucking son off the fact of, nigga, even if you were all this shit is unwarranted, the fact that you were even associated with this shit, my son ain't gonna be around that.
Yeah, right. Just 100 on that aspect alone. You know, it's some straight foolishness.
Custody battle. He don't just be able to get him like that.
I mean, I don't know. We gonna find out. We gonna find out because people been saying that he has a good case and he got a lot of money, and these men have been getting their kids with a lot of money. These men with a lot of money have been getting full custody of their kids. So we will see. We will definitely see. Let's see.
Who got full kids with money?
Luda and Usher. So Latera is watching.
Usher even got the kids that ain't even his. That's crazy.
Wait, I'm in here like, what? How many kids Usher got?
Usher has 4 biological, but the first 2 he had with his first wife, he has full custody. That was a big deal. He had a big custody battle that was ridiculous. Luda too. Luda has an illegitimate kid that he went and fought for and won. So yeah. Anyway, so Latera's watching and she says, not everyone is woke on what's really going on. Plane, trains, ships, and automobiles is how America moves. Keep in mind, accidents do happen. Politicians are up for re-election, and the orange clown cut rules and regulations on a lot of transportation policies. Look at Boeing, trains derailment, cargo ships, etc., not properly regulated. They're cutting corners to save pocket money at our expense. It's a great point. The Blackman Show says they had to have relevant evidence to actually use all that manpower. And they're not going to tell us what all they have. That's what a lot of people have been like, why are they doing all this? Why are they using all this manpower, this, that, and the third? For them to have done that, the Blackman Show is absolutely right. They have to have relevant evidence. And they have to have been investigating for a really long time. So that was not for nothing. That wasn't just because they woke up one morning and was like, hey, we're going to fuck with Diddy today. Looks like he's about to go have a great vacation. Let's fuck up his day today. You know what I'm saying? Like that's not how that works. It's not how any of this works. So yeah. But yeah. So yeah, a lot of people have been named in this lawsuit, and it's been going there. So Lily, you look like you are itching to talk. So the floor is yours.
I said this before. I said this on my ex. I will say this now. If P. Diddy dies, he did not kill himself. I don't give a fuck what y'all say. He did not kill himself. Same with Epstein. This motherfucker has been caught from sex trafficking to actually bringing a new drug into the goddamn world. Are you not understand? This nigga went from sex trafficking to bringing in a new synthetic drug. This is a 90s movie being played out. You niggas got to stop defending the monster. This nigga's a monster. Like, I don't understand why ain't nobody being like, hey, man, that's some fucked up shit. Instead of saying, why they got to rush his house like that? Why they got to put a black man on TV like that? Because it fucking sells, nigga. Just like if they found a white man with fucking 97 ribs from niggas, they're going to put him on TV. It's just what it is. He's a fucking monster. Niggas been hitting on this for the longest. Like, let's not get it twisted. Y'all get so caught up on everybody saying Puff Daddy gay. Nobody is paying attention to niggas has been setting him out for the longest. And he felt like he was untouchable until now. Like you said, a nigga said something a couple years ago, and because they said the key words, they started looking at this nigga. Why this nigga thought he was going to be untouchable.
Yeah. Now, we talked about conspiracy theories on the last subject, but conspiracy theories have been thrown out about this subject as well. Candace Owens and Suge Knight both have said conspiracy theories about this whole situation. Basically saying that he's just a part. He's not the ringleader. What do you think about that?
I 100% agree. That's what I'm saying. Everybody give Puff Daddy too much credit, like he's a genius in this whole organization. This nigga is Nino Brown to everybody in the world. Like he just, nigga, he like, I'm just a Nino. No, he's not. He is a pawn in a bigger scheme. And he's been a pawn in a bigger scheme for a long time. You got to think, this is a nigga that been doing this shit since 1989. He learned from everybody that wasn't doing right, and then he learned from niggas that was doing right. He learned how to jail that shit, especially because how he wants to live. He was able to jail that shit into being the icon that he is. And so we gonna act like he ain't got no dirt? Yeah, he got dirt.
Your hands got to get dirty.
Yeah,
this is what it is.
He got dirt, and the problem was he didn't know that motherfuckers was watching him. He was that caught up in who he was.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can definitely see his head being like massive. Because I mean, from what he shows us, his head is massive on the stuff that we know, the very limited information that we knew about him. You know, his head was massive.
This is the same nigga, not to cut you off, but this is the same nigga that said, I'm tired of the industry stealing from people, but at the same time wouldn't give niggas back their royalties or they publish it.
For 20 years.
For 20 years. He was tired of the industry robbing niggas. Come on, man.
The same man that made it his style to sample, but he tired of the industry stealing.
Come on, man. This nigga, he ain't as smart as y'all thought he was, man. That nigga's not the ringleader of this shit. Yeah. This shit go beyond Puffy. Like Nino Brown said, this shit bigger than Nino Brown. Nino Brown was lying, but Puffy ain't.
So, Bree, what are your thoughts?
Ain't nobody hold me down. Oh no, I got to keep on moving. I'm gonna wait until this is what everybody. I can't throw no conspiracies. First, I'm gonna address that because mine ain't long. I can't throw conspiracies on if he's the big fish in the little pond or the little fish in the big pond. I don't know. You know what I mean? I gotta wait till all the factuals come out. But what I will say is that nigga did some of this shit because you have to look at his old counterparts. The only one that's kind of riding with this nigga is Stevie, and that's because Stevie in the indictment. So, yeah. But Mace, I watched it. They, him and Cameron got their podcast, or like Sports Center kind of like podcast or something they got going. That I do watch it. It is hilarious from time to time, and I definitely caught that one. And he just made a comment like, reparations is on their way back. So it's everybody in the industry is so quiet about it. It's making me be like, you know what I mean? Nobody's really speaking up. The only person who said something is Stevie. And Stevie is, my kids don't know who Stevie J is. We might do, because if he say he made Hypnotize and Honey, I don't even think my daughter even heard that song. She might have heard Hypnotize, but Honey by Mariah Carey, she 18. You know what I'm saying? So like, him sticking by him don't mean nothing for real. You know what I mean? He's kind of like he just hit love and hip hop fame. That's how.
Even that's gonna make sense. That makes sense, Bree. But then you also have to realize, like, Stevie J can't go to bat for Puff Daddy because Stevie J got a whole sex tape out with him just banging the shit out of a little Filipino nigga.
Well, that wasn't him.
That was and
nigga, if you could confuse Louis Gossip Jr. with Richard Roundtree, that was that nigga.
No, legit. The man that is him. It's a porn star named Knockout, and he's come out and said that was him.
Said it was him. The dude that said it wasn't him. But
and they do fake.
I mean, yeah, but no, he my thing is like it's no real support. It's nobody like we kind of riding with you. All of his artists are kind of like giving a little smirk, like so.
Yeah, no artist has come out that was signed to him. No artist has come out.
None.
Yeah,
none.
The support that I've seen is just like Tyrese and
people who have who had emotional breakdowns on the internet themselves.
Yeah, like not pillars of the community. Like
So apparently
so.
this is proving it's some validity in what's going on. So and it's not like I don't think he did it and I'm riding with him or none of that. I'm just not gonna be quick to judge till I got all the facts. Once it's all like, hey, because I do believe he did some of it. This is what make me really believe he's a monster. Biggie said it. Biggie was in an interview and people be like, he was like, people think I be turning up and they sleep. It's this nigga Puff. He's a nightmare. You know what I mean? Like he's not with the shit. He will. You know what I mean? Like he's with the shit. He'll fuck you up.
Yeah. Yes.
You know what I mean? And being that Cassie's allegations, he paid her off too quick. Rather he claimed he did it because he didn't have time to go through no long drawn out whatever. And she still got another lawsuit pending. It's just something to it. Like I said, it's something to all what's going on. I do think it is hilarious because the way it was portrayed to us is a nigga jumped on the plane and said, fuck them kids.
I mean, the optics are horrible for that, you know. They're horrible. They're horrible. But in all fairness, the feds don't call you and tell you, hey, we on the way.
And
you know, like don't let nobody have known.
Simultaneously, they said they was raiding all three of them houses at the same damn time.
Yeah, and you know, because like his Miami home is on 3-Star Island. They showed up to that bitch on a boat. They was getting him at all angles. However, he was in Opalaka. So yeah. The Blackman Show says Puff thought he was in the clear since no one said anything about him effing with that white boy Justin Bieber. Now, yeah. And then he says Slim Thug supports him. Yeah. Slim Thug and Tyrese, they've come out in support. But I feel like for the most part, ain't nobody gonna come out because of the type of allegations. Like people don't, even if you are 100% innocent, people ain't really gonna come out and say one way or another because these type of allegations are really bad.
Uncle Luke spoke out for him too.
And Boosie just said something too.
Yeah. So it's been some folks, but my thing is this. I don't understand if you ain't got nothing to do with this shit, shut the fuck up.
Right.
That shit ain't got shit to do with you.
Yeah.
See, the thing that bothers me so much about shit, and that's how I be looking at niggas. This is why I start really distancing myself from niggas when I was in the street for real. It's like, I don't want to hear you keep talking about another nigga getting, you know what I'm saying, getting his house raided. If you keep talking about that shit, that means you scared because you was fucking with that nigga. You know what I'm saying? And so you might be on the affidavit too, so you don't know when your shit getting kicked in. I gotta stop fucking with you.
I know
because,
I know that.
You said what, Bree?
This is funny because I'm just thinking about all the memes and the pink cocaine, Carisha being a madam, her liking
it's a lot.
I mean, everything's just kind of coming in the full circle. Like,
yeah. So niggas speaking on that shit is because they had something to do with some shit. They didn't put some shit together with these motherfuckers, so they scared. Now they going to bat for them. They ain't never did no shit, blah, blah, blah. Man, shut the fuck up. If I ain't got shit to do with Puff, Carisha, and none of them niggas, I ain't got nothing to say when y'all ask me about it. I'm gonna be like, damn, that's fucked up. And I'm gonna keep moving.
Yeah. Yeah. Like I'm like nobody asked Tyrese to put up in posts. Slim Thug, in particular, he goes live every morning, just shooting the shit, talking and whatnot. And I feel like because he's gotten caught up before with his comments, and I feel like that's just what it is. He just be sitting up talking. And some things you need to have a mind. You need to have a conscious effort to not sit up and just talk. Like you can't have coffee table talk or kitchen table talk rather online. You just can't.
Not today. No.
at all,
I mean,
you know. So
why
and
defend
then
something you have
Boosie
nothing to
makes
do
sense.
with?
Boosie makes sense for him to come out and be a supporting him. That makes sense because that's what we expect for Boosie. I can't expect Boosie to be like justice
Right.
for the victims, like that. That's not how we know him, you know. So
Nah, that nigga, Boosie, he gonna be like, man, them motherfuckers do what they were signing up for, and he gonna leave it at that.
mm-hmm. Yeah, and you know, I mean, we do have to put out there that this man has not been criminally charged.
Right.
This man has not been arrested.
Mm-mm.
Nobody has been arrested. There's
Except,
no indictments, no anything. So we do have to put that out there. Like, so I feel like that even though they did all this shit with the houses and went through it, and you can go on TMZ and see a video of one of the houses, they threw that shit all over the place. Now I've seen worse raids, but
I've seen it worse.
Yeah. So, but I'm just saying, like, they went through all his shit. So it's like if they found something, especially given the fact that he's still in the States, they would have got him. You know what I mean?
I mean,
so,
we gotta watch it play out. That's how I look at it. I'm not gonna.
Yeah.
I do. This is what I'm saying, and it ain't gonna be long. What I'm saying is this: his past, all of his artists that are still living have not came out and said anything. They're all kind of giving a little goody vibe. I'm getting like, well. It ain't no fun when the rabbit got the gun. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's what I'm getting, which is making me kind of believe like, maybe these things are true, what we're hearing about this. It's something because Faith ain't said nothing. Day 26 dude, Willie, he was talking shit. He was like, the feds found them tapes that you had in the, I don't know if he was repeating the comment on his live, but that's what I caught. That's what I seen. Maybe kind of made a little like, that's what you get kind of vibe. Ain't nobody else said nothing.
Yeah.
So that's what's making me be like, okay, little Kim ain't said shit.
Nobody.
Little Kim ain't none of them said a mother.
None of the littles. Look, none of the littles.
They're not about to incriminate themselves. If they go to bat for him, then if they know they on video, if they go to bat for him, they can no longer play the victim.
It's not even the play the victim. It's they ain't said shit. Like it's no type of nothing. It don't look like it's from what I'm seeing, it don't look like if they did say something it was gonna be in support of. It looks like it's leaning toward like, they didn't count this nigga. That's what it's leaning toward.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like they know not to say nothing because if they do say something, whatever they didn't count this man with, because the only time they gonna raid you is if they count something. So they don't know what that nigga got caught with. So I'm not saying a goddamn thing.
And then they talk about the Farnsworth Bentley is ready to do his little tell all. So
so he's finally saying something because we've been asking for him to say something for a while.
He said he's ready to do it. It was I don't know.
If don't nobody else know, that nigga know.
He said he made a kind of cryptic tweet, is what I seen. It was more so like, y'all ain't ready to hear my side, but it's coming on those kind of lines.
Yeah.
Like, so, and that was.
I'll be here. I'll be here to hear it.
Oh yeah, once he talked.
If he writes a book.
He say all he got to do is say they ain't lying. That's it. He ain't even really. That's it. 2 words, 3 words. They're not lying.
Yeah.
Yeah, these niggas MDAs are coming up.
Then it depends. It might go they are lying. Who knows? But whatever he say, I'm gonna definitely.
Now, given how much weight we put on Farnsworth Bentley, if he comes out and says during my tenure, I did not see anything of the sort, are we gonna believe him?
It depends on how he say it. If he say it like you said it, I am not. But if he come out and be like, man, shit is a money grab, and he kind of got some proof to some shit a little bit, then I might go ahead and rock. I can't say he's lying or not. You know what I mean? Maybe
I
in
felt a little offended because what was wrong with the way I said it?
like if he tried to play it like that, like during my tenure servicing Mr. Sean Singh Puffy Combs, CEO of Bad Boy, if he tried to pull, then
if he do a whole lawyer speech,
then I'd be like, okay, you got paid.
that nigga lied.
So,
I think the best play for Farnsworth Bentley is to talk about some truth, but then but I also say, hey, I don't know about such and such and such and such because I wasn't there. But
I don't think he's doing that. I think he's gonna spill it.
I think he might, but I think the
Good
best
or
play for him,
if it's good or bad, I think he's gonna tell it. Whether it's good or bad, I think he's gonna tell his version of the truth.
I think he should only tell what he knows.
I think he should only tell what he knows as well.
Exactly. And I think that's what he's going to do because at the end of the day, this man has been on TV opening up umbrellas and it wasn't raining for this nigga. So I do definitely believe it. For
sun
sure.
is real. We do need shade from the sun. Sun is real.
Sun is real. Sun is real, but I ain't seen the Queen of England do that.
Yeah, I love the sun though. I'm gonna be out there like that. I don't want no nigga to dance behind me and then pop an umbrella up. I'm directly in the fucking mouth.
High shoes. Be his little servant. Like I'm sure that's who really. This is what's really making me think like this. He might really be in some trouble. It's Mace. Mace's reaction was too like. It was so petty, and he didn't even say nothing. It was just the tone of his giggle.
See the thing is,
be sounding like he be out to lunch.
But that's just that slow Harlem talk, because he really ain't slow.
That's just how he talk.
Mm-hmm.
So, but the thing that fucked me up, because I seen a reel the other day, and I was like, damn, we really do forget that shit. It was a 106 in Park interview, and they were talking about Mace coming up. Puffy, having a gospel album, and they asked Mace how he felt about that, and Mace legit said, and y'all can look this shit up, and the audience can look this shit up. This nigga legit said, like, I don't know, well, how do you want to play it? You know what I mean? Would you want RuPaul to have a gospel album? Yeah, like so Mace been headhunting it.
Oh yeah, Mace kind of is basically let whatever story it was where he had dildos in his bathroom, Mace kind of stamped that he did see that. So yeah, because when Cameron and him was funking with each other, Cameron definitely told, and Mace was like, I did see that, but it wasn't in my bathroom, and that was on that. I mean, so I definitely believe he said what you said. So
yeah, again, like I said, listen, we're gonna have to stop trying to defend monsters. Like I'm one of those people, like, because they trump up charges. So I ain't never gonna say everything that they're trumping up is what he did, but he did some shit.
He did some shit.
He did some shit.
He did something.
He very much did something. You right.
He did some shit, and he need to be accountable for that.
But it is too. And then I'm sorry to cut you out.
No, you good.
You quit idolizing these motherfuckers too. That's the thing. Like it needs to. These musicians and shit. We living in a time where I think things and a lot of people are gonna be getting exposed here in a second. Because if they got the top dog movie creator, Harvey Weinstein, and he in the pokey right now, it's about to be exposures going on with a lot of these people. You know what I mean? And that's because people's priorities is wrong. They idolizing these musicians and these actors.
Yeah. Or they thinking, not even necessarily idolizing, they just thinking that because they may have grew up to their music or to their movies or whatever the case may be, that they can't do no wrong.
Right. idolizing. Because who can't do no wrong? To me, it's the Lord Savior Jesus Christ on this Good Friday. But they idolize him.
Right.
So,
yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
I said it, America. It's Good Friday.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna ask one last question, then we're gonna move on from Diddy. Which I have asked for other similar situations. If at the end of the day he is charged, convicted, and went to jail, and what they are saying about this man turns out to be 100% true, are you going to stop listening to his music?
Absolutely not. I still listen to R. Kelly's music.
Absolutely the fuck not. You think I'm gonna stop blasting Total?
Exactly.
Right? You think Cupid is not going to be on my playlist?
Come and talk to me. I really want to meet you, girl. I really want to know your name.
Come on, dude. You think that Puff Daddy and the Family album is not going to be still a classic for me?
More money, more problems.
You out of your fucking mind. But am I going to say that Sean Combs is a monster? 100%. I'm going to say that with no type of resolve. Listen, R. Kelly is a fucking monster. Sean Combs is a fucking monster. Bobby fuck God Womack was a fucking monster. Do you think I don't still play their music? You out your rabbit ass mind if I don't.
It's too late. It'll be different if they was like, y'all, we really want y'all to hear this artist, but they child molesters. You'd be like, well, I don't want to. We already got a rapport with these people, like they music, then took our money and purchased it. So we can hear it in our spare time. And now all of a sudden it shouldn't be played. Now, certain R. Kelly songs, I will be like, I can't do this.
Yeah, it's not every R. Kelly song, but the hits, we're gonna play the hits.
Yeah, some of them I can, and unfortunately with Diddy, that's the same Diddy bop and Diddy.
I mean, I have the same sentiments. I'm still gonna Diddy bop. There is nothing that I can think of off the top of my head that can get me to never play Last Night ever again in life.
Hey, man.
I'm sorry. But the runs that Keisha be doing, I have to have them in my life. They've been in my life for almost 20 years. Like, no. The Press Play album is amazing. I bought it back then and I still play it to this day. Like, it's great.
The man's responsible for some classics, so
he really is. He really is. I mean, yeah, like no. The Blackman Show says, do you have to be a monster in real life to blow up in music?
No. You don't have to. But that's what they chose.
I don't think you can be the nicest person on earth, but to be a monster, no. Like there's just some. Yeah. And being a monster and being a nice person, that's all up for opinion and debate. So you can tell somebody no, and they can label you a monster.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Or you can smile and say hi to everybody you meet, and they can label you the best person on earth. Doesn't mean that it's the truth, you know. But
you gotta understand something. It's like, nigga, I'm gonna be an asshole in the industry if I am in rehearsal for 8 hours and you only want to come in at 5. I definitely am going to be an asshole to you.
I'm going to be an asshole.
Because you don't understand what I'm trying to do. So I'm going to be an asshole to you. Right. Why am I putting 8 hours in and you come in at 5 in the afternoon and think you know what I know?
Right.
Like it's a big difference from doing that, from just being a nigga to be like, I can skyrocket your career if you let me do something to your booty hole. Like, fuck, it's a big fucking difference.
Yeah. He says Barry Gordy, Joe Jackson, R. Kelly, Diddy, so just black men. You know that's what people will say.
I don't give a fuck what people will say, black men. Like, I get your theory on this, because that's what a lot of black people do. They go off this theory of they're just trying to dismantle the black culture. You know what is happening for real? And I'm an honest to God say this: black people are dismantling the black culture. It ain't got nothing to do with them. You got folks like us that still know the classics and what it is, and know that we came from country, and know that country came from the blues, and the blues is us. Like, it's people that know that, and then it's the new age that doesn't understand that. And then you got the people that we were supposed to look up for, excuse me, not look up for, but look up to, that were fucking predators. They became fucking predators. Like, they drunk the Kool-Aid so much that they thought they can get away with the same shit that them white boys was doing.
Yeah, because not trying to be funny, we knew R. Kelly married Aaliyah. You know what I mean? Like, and we knew she was 16 or 15 or however old. So
yeah, we knew that shit.
We knew it, and he slid for a long time until he peed on that. He slid on that one.
But even with that, he slid. Like, he's been on borrowed time for a really long time. So the fact that they caught him in his 50s, he should at least be happy for the time
he
had alive. Right. Or not alive, but free.
Pull up things from his concert like this. Do you have your passport? Did you get your shots? Girl who wants to come back with Rob to America.
Yeah.
The fact that he said girls. He wasn't playing. Lord.
That's what I'm saying. Like, we laughing at this, but this is what I'm saying. Like, dude, when are we not going to set these monsters? Like, you gotta set them out. Now, listen, at the same time, I've said this before on this podcast. The talent of somebody, listen, we still rock in every fucking event that is sports, the American anthem. Do you know that's a racist fucking song?
I imagine.
And we still rock it.
Mm-hmm.
And that man died a racist. Like, real shit. Like, the nigga died because he was a racist.
That's listed on his death certificate. Cause of death. Racism.
Racism. Like, racism.
Look, couldn't take all these niggas.
Yeah, I'm talking about definitely said, when they said name, they said, that motherfucker said, fuck these niggas.
Clyde
Bisbee. The colors.
It was Clyde Bisbee the fourth. He was not involved, cause of death, not involved in any niggerdom.
Exactly. Exactly. And they still sing that song proud.
Oh,
so if they can do that at a fucking basketball event, why can't my niece graduate from kindergarten, listen to I Can Believe I Can Fly?
Yeah. But we'll definitely get mad at you if you are not sharing the same sentiments. Yeah. So Blackman says, so we are wrong for not saying anything. I don't know if we're necessarily wrong for not saying anything. I feel like at one point we did say stuff. Like when the video came out of R. Kelly and the 14-year-old, people were saying things, and he got banned, and like people were saying he gets no play in this ride. Like people were saying,
everybody was
but he stepped in the name of love. one too many times, and people let him back to the cookout. So you know what I'm saying?
He peed on that girl. Everybody was like, "Wait, all right, nigga, now."
Right? 1, 2, 3. That's enough.
2, 3. That's enough. You didn't blew. That nigga that nigga made "Step in the Name of Love."
Mm-hmm. Then he did the whole Steppers album. Remember, he put out 2 albums at once. He did a whole Steppers album, and then he did a gospel album.
Yep.
And they let him come back on Easter Sunday, and he was at the cookout that afternoon.
He came back to the cookout that Saturday.
Oh yeah, and then they invited him to church on Sunday.
Yeah, he got invited to church.
My niggas, I love where y'all going with this, but y'all got to remember the most pinnacle thing was the In the Closet. In the Closet.
I think that's when white folks. That's when he got the white folks back.
Yeah.
For me, In the Closet was when everybody really started fucking with R. Kelly. Period. Right back to it.
When I heard this, you got to do what I do when I do what I do. Once he did, he had me kind of back. I said, "Well, you can go on and come to church. God forgives.
You can get saved.
God forgives.
You know, God forgives." Right?
I ain't even. I see. If you say that,
and fix your plate.
Right.
If you say that, I'm gonna say this one. When that whole allegation came up and the pee on him and all that, and he went through his hiatus, the lyrics that got me back is when that nigga said, "I'ma do you on the table, right against the stove." What do you say? Right next to the potatoes, and some shit in the dinner rolls. That what got me right back to R. Kelly. I'm like, this nigga will make a song about any fucking thing.
You got back to R. Kelly because you was hungry when you heard it. That's what it was.
Nah, that shit was just dope. That was just
hungry.
A dope ass fucking track.
Because that song of all songs is what got you back.
Yeah, I said, man, this nigga will make any. You know, I grew up in a generation when my grandma used to say, "You listen to people that can sing the songbook." So for him to just make a song out of that, I said, "Oh, that nigga cold."
Yeah. I mean, but we knew he was cold back then, you know. So, Blackman says, people don't listen to us already. How we're supposed to be the ones to signal the call when they only look at us for entertainment. And then he says, Francis Scott Key, the Star Spangled Banner author. So he was the one that was a racist, and they named the whole bridge after him. And that bridge folded like a deck of cards. So yeah, that's Diddy with a sprinkle of R. Kelly. So yeah, you got to do what I do.
When I that brought me right back up. I'm like,
oh snap! Hey. Right.
You know, I can just imagine people just sitting there like, fuck R. Kelly, and that nigga get on there and be like, you got to do what I do,
right?
And the motherfucker's like, what? And boom, all of a sudden, this is the cut, like,
and the dance,
right.
Dance. The step was tight. Step to the left, step to the right, and back down.
Right. Let me see you do the love slide. Hey, this nigga stole a whole generic song.
Yep. And then, you know, the video was very strategic. Like when he did the video, he had a chocolate woman who looked age appropriate. She looked very age appropriate. I was like, this is so strategic, right?
Yeah, R. Kelly really. I'm sick of him. I got all my all my chances that I have for all these predators that might be about to get exposed. R. Kelly took all y'all's shit because after he said, "How young is teenage?" I still.
Oh, thank you. I forgot about that part. Okay, so you know the guy that interviewed him was Torre when he said that, right? And that reminded me of this story that Torre just told a couple of days ago. I think he was talking to Joy Reid, but he said that he had a family member who he called in a favor to Puff for him to be an intern. And he, let him intern. He was interning with him as an assistant for a couple of months, and all of a sudden it just stopped abruptly. He asked his family member why. They wouldn't tell him why. Then a few years later, he went on ahead and told him, and it was because Puff propositioned him and told him that if you don't spend a night with me, then the internship is done. Well, the family member refused, and the internship was done. Now, of course, we know that this is 100% wrong. I think that goes without saying. However, you have to say that because the Breakfast Club also talked about this situation, and Just Hilarious, who is the replacement for Angela Yee now, she was like, she didn't really think it was a big deal. She was like, I mean, you can say no or you can say yeah, but I mean, it's not that big of a deal. And they like, you have power over the person. Like, to compromise a person to do a sexual favor for you that would jeopardize their livelihood, which we know that internships are often not paid, but it can lead to a paid gig. So that is jeopardizing his livelihood, But excuse me, they were just pretty much telling him like he has power. That's a bad thing. But she just kept trying to double and triple down, and she didn't really think it was that big of a deal. Excuse me.
I mean, that's because Jess ain't never been in those situations. And then Jess is a woman, so, and not to downplay any woman, not to downplay the women that is on this podcast right now, but some women will do whatever they have to do to get some money. Just hilarious, I understand it, but as a man, I don't care if you're a gay man or a straight man, but as a man, it's some things you just ain't gonna compromise.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And again, like I said, that's no reflection on a bunch of women. You have women that'll do that type of thing, and then you have women that won't do that type of thing. I'm just saying the majority of men ain't gonna do it, gay or straight. It's just some things they ain't gonna do.
Yeah, because straight men be propositioned by women, so
yeah,
and they refuse, which is why we're not getting a Richard Pryor movie no time soon. At least not with Mike Epps.
Not with Mike Epps in it.
Yeah,
you'll never play Richard.
Not in this town. Yeah.
You niggas sound like villains right now.
That was a villain move. Shit.
That's how, sorry, Lily. That's how he sounded. He said that Richard Pryor wife hit him with the Miss Chancellor from Young.
Right. And you come on over here, young man.
That shit resonated me and me so crazy. Like if an old woman would roll up to me and say some shit like that, I fuck around and slap that bitch or walk away really, really mad. Like I would like snatch the shit out of her shit and then walk away. Like, bitch, you was that close to getting fucked up.
Just snatch her cane and walk off with it.
Yeah, like, boy, bitch, you got me.
Limp home.
Never play. After I put all this effort in.
Right. Limp home, bitch. You'll never walk with this cane again, bitch.
Right. I'm talking about, I fuck around and snap that bitch in two right off her knee. Like old Irish man. I'll be like, crack, bitch.
Right. I can't fuck you up, but I'm gonna fuck your cane up.
Man, like, bitch. Hobble your bitch ass right on back where you came from.
Right.
Mike
Epps, you haven't lived until you had 80-year-old puss.
He ain't lying on that lady either. She hit
no, he ain't. He ain't lying at all.
He's on that bitch. He Lady Eloise his ass.
He was like, Ain't no darkness enough for this shit. Absolutely not.
I'd have shot that bitch in her pinky toe. Out of all the fucking shit I went through, bitch, I've changed my whole persona to be this character.
Right. He's been talking about it for the past 20 years, literally. Like, what? Now and that's who we saw. That's who we saw.
Yeah. This nigga tried his best to be Richard Pryor.
Right.
And he had me kind of thinking he was him. He got his hair together and picked up his
acting up to par.
Right. He did everything. That nigga got off cocaine, all that shit. Like real, like we gonna act like we don't know this?
Damn.
Nigga stop using cocaine because he wanted to live the experience.
Wow.
Well.
And you gonna tell me it'll be a cold day in my grave before you play Richard Pryor. I would have killed that bitch right there.
Why did you sound like Maya Angelou? Why?
I don't know. That's what channeled in me right then and there.
And still I rise.
And still, young man, you would never be Richard Pryor.
Man.
I stabbed that bitch in the chest. I would stab that bitch in the chest right then and there.
Right. Oh man. Oh man. Oh man. Okay. So yeah, that's Diddy.
Diddy,
you know what? You gotta crop that part right there. You need to crop out, and we need to put it on advertisement. That shit was that shit was nice.
The perversion in Hollywood. That's what that was.
Right. Yeah, definitely doing that one. So yeah, let's go ahead and get this out the way before we get to the last one. The Conjoined Twins. So this story went viral a couple of days ago because people have a lot of questions, which I am not mad because some of the questions are legitimate because I have them as well. One of the Conjoined Twins got married. One of the Conjoined Twins got married.
Say that again for the people in the back because I don't really think they understand what
One.
They know what she said. What's their names?
You know what?
Let's call these women by their names.
All right, let's look them up.
Yeah, I'm gonna read the whole story. I'm gonna read the whole story because this is oh shit. Hold on. Diddy out kicking it now. Him and Stevie J out in Miami.
Oh boy.
Anyway, I'm gonna read the story.
Wait a minute. Now he didn't hooked up with the wrong Stevie. Ain't credible, nigga. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, but that's what got his back.
That nigga want that nigga don't want credibility. That nigga don't want evidence against him. That nigga want dick.
Okay, so we have moved on from Diddy. That was my bad. I brought him back up. Anyway, so this is courtesy of the Neighborhood Talk. That's them right there. Neighbors, social users are torn on whether whether to congratulate Abby Hirschner. Wait, that's not her name. Abby Hensel on her marriage to Josh Brolin because Abby is a conjoined twin. Many of you were first introduced to Abby and Brittany Hensel on Oprah or their TLC reality series. According to records recently discovered by Today, Abby married Army veteran Josh back in 2021. Though exciting, many are wondering how does that affect Brittany. Abby and Brittany are the sepulous conjoined twins, meaning they share all organs below the waist. Some suspected that maybe Josh is in a relationship with them both, but wedding videos showed he only kissed Abby. The twins currently work as teachers and have stated in the past that they do hope to have children one day. One of the questions, which is on the screen, says, so one of them is married and the other is not. What happens when the other one wants to marry? When they sleep with him, what's actually what? I feel like that is such a legitimate question. Like, cause like yeah. The Black Man Show says, since they each control half a body, is the husband cheating if he grabs both tits? That's a question. A lot of the questions, a lot of questions that pertain to sex. One of my questions was, which I saw somebody did right, was the fact since they share the same organs below the waist, if he wanted to, do what married people do with his wife and the other one moans, would that be cheating?
My whole thing is, I feel like it's been discussed between them. I feel like both of them know that in a real reality, she is not really going to be able to have a husband unless her sister's husband is okay with her using their vagina to have sex with.
But then that's going to be messed up because the other sister who is not married, who is single,
right,
has to ask her sister's husband for permission to have sex with her wife, or had to ask permission for her sister's husband to have sex with her husband.
Yeah, don't feel bad because you got confused. Don't feel bad.
Yeah, yeah.
But
yeah, like that's kind of messed up.
A vagina, it would
they share a vagina.
I said since they share a vagina, because they are. The questions are legitimate, and yes, it can bring a little smirk, but I'm not about to laugh at them or none of that. The questions are legitimate though. Since they share a vagina, I'm sure that if the other one decides she wants to date or gets a boyfriend, she's going to have to be like, hey sis, you've pretty much heard all our conversations. We're surely we're gonna get down tonight. You might need to run by your man and see what his thoughts are on it, because I'm fucking him. So I'm saying, like, I'm sure this is being discussed.
Yeah.
So
we just want to know. We just want to know what the answers are, because I'm sure they have been discussed as well. I just want to know what the answer is.
That man has to. He can't. He signed up for that. Once he married his wife and her sister, he signed up for that.
Yeah.
So
I'm just like, how does that go? Like, if you just like, everybody don't want to have sex every time somebody wants to have sex, and if you're not the person that you want to have sex with, how does that work? Like, I saw one comment that was just like, I would just have to take a sleeping pill and go to sleep while y'all doing.
We're gonna go to sleep. So
I know. That's why I was like, that kind of doesn't work like that. But
I was about to say, hold on, time out, because I don't listen. Because I'm not gonna downplay this man. Yeah, you take a sleeping pill if you want to. Y'all share the same vagina. That dick gonna wake you up.
I mean, but they're both gonna be asleep. It's not like it's not gonna affect her. It's going to affect them both.
Exactly. Yeah. Like it's the thing for me. I'm like, okay, everybody is like, doing this whole thing, and they're trying to make it seem like they're trying to normalize. One of them got married. Truth of the matter is, they both decided on this the dick that is satisfying.
I agree with that.
Yeah, period.
I know,
That's
because
just
I
what
was
it
just
is.
like, I was like, what if the sister don't like the husband? She gonna be up at the altar talking cash money the whole ceremony.
Yeah, she's not gonna do that because this what both of them they share the same vagina.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It ain't like, you know, if one came and the other one didn't. Like that ain't how it works.
Yeah. So I saw this one comment that said, that's messed up because because a lot of people were talking about, you know, giving special attention. Shout out to Bernie Mac. But they was just like, so I'm just gonna be down there while my sister going to town.
It's no way that's gonna happen. Like
we're gonna keep that a buck too, because that crossed my mind.
See?
It too.
Exactly.
He's doing it too. The man that married him is a nasty motherfucker.
I'm gonna give you that, but I'm gonna also say the dude that married them knew exactly what he was doing.
That's why I said.
Somebody said in the comments, they was like, he ain't slick.
Right.
He knew exactly what he was. You see how one head is up and the other one is crocked this way? That's dick and balls right there.
You know,
Sam lying.
Hey, ha.
Again, I'm sorry. It's Sam lying.
Hold on. I'm going to the comments.
Lily,
let's see.
I
take this one.
I don't fully agree, but I see your point of view on that.
No, I get it. But it is Good Friday. So Black Man says they each control half the coochie. Messed up part is that they're teachers but only get one paycheck. Are you serious? Now that's messed up.
What?
Because they should have 2 social security numbers, right?
Hell yeah.
But they work in one class.
One could be the teacher, one could be the paraprofessional. Boom.
No, hell nah. That's gonna be the oddest shit in the world.
Really? That will be the oddest shit in the world.
That's gonna be
that right there.
Just imagine. Okay, listen, because I like teachers. So just imagine a teacher is right here. Boom, boom. My teacher is right here telling me, bop. This is what you need to do. You need to challenge yourself. And then you got the paraprofessional on this side leaning this way, like, you can achieve whatever you want. Don't let anybody tell you what you can't do. Like, nah, that is the weirdest shit ever.
The weirdest shit ever was that voice. That voice was the weirdest shit ever, really.
Listen, every paraprofessional, because they're not teachers. So they're going to be like, you just got to achieve your dreams. Blah, 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 blah. Like, fuck all that. No, that shit ain't how it works.
Okay, so maybe not paraprofessional, maybe a teacher's aide, maybe a teacher's. I don't know, but they make it work.
It's working out. It's jacked up that getting 2 checks. Now, if I was him, I'd be tripping.
Now, I was still for discrimination because why come I can't get 2 checks?
They'd be
because y'all share one body.
This is how I play that shit. I'll go in there and be like, y'all got to next pay period to give me my own check, and I'm gonna need some back pay at least for a couple months, or I'm gonna make y'all go TikTok famous. Now
right. If it'll be like motherfucking what's that movie? Living Large. Remember that scene?
Yeah, yeah, it sure would.
It would be like fucking Living Large
with Cal from Living Single.
Yes.
I was
so who gonna get the most money
into that man?
We gotta get. If we doing equal work, we gotta get equal pay.
Oh yeah, we gotta get equal pay. I don't give a damn if I'm asleep one day in there the whole day. I'm getting paid.
Just imagine a history lesson and you got a nigga on the side of you, a real head just like this.
Just snoring and everything.
He's like, yeah, whatever. George Washington, that nigga had wooden teeth. Like, you trying to explain this shit to a snoring nigga on the side of you.
Lord help us. Lord help us.
That's some bullshit.
Oh my God. So the Black man says, 2 faces, 1 hole, LOL. Is it cheating if he skeets on the sister's face?
Ooh.
I would be pissed.
Y'all stop this shit. Y'all know we talked about this beforehand. Y'all know she know what's up.
I'm 100% in agreement with Bree at this moment.
We're gonna move on.
Yeah, we know what it is. We know what it is. Listen, I don't know. Maybe she's saving her butthole for the right one, but
what?
The vagina is shared.
Right? Could you imagine if you wanted to save yourself from marriage and your sister wanted to be a hoe? That would be a real fight.
And I don't want to say it because the question I would ask is going to make y'all laugh, and that's why I'm not. But it is kind of strange. Like, who's really more in charge? Is it one that has more power over the other one in the body?
I would think the one that's more in charge is the one that's closer to the center of the neck, because that's the one that he married.
Yeah, because you know what I'm saying. Like,
yeah, I get what you're saying. Like, so basically, who got more receptors to the? You know what I'm saying? To the honey pot.
Like, all right, I'm tired, and they be like, I'm laying down. Can the other one be like, well, I ain't tired? Do she got to lay there? Can she get up? Like,
it's gonna be a fight.
No, they both laying down. They not about to fight each other over that shit.
But no, like if I want to go out and my sister want to go home, that's a fight. Who's
in charge and gets the final, like, no,
right. Like, do they do rock, paper, scissors, or do they go back and forth? Like, whose turn is it to pull rank?
Like,
it gotta be that. I think it's an agreement. I think it's more so like, okay, this week we did everything you wanted to do. Now it has to be that way.
You better than me, because at this point I'm like, who gets mad enough to grab whose throat?
Whose throat gets grabbed in the thick of things?
And that's the thing. It's like, whose throat is more vital? Where one of them literally is gonna be like, bitch, I'll kill us both. That's literally gonna happen.
It can go that way. It can,
most definitely.
Lord help us, Lord. Well, congratulations to them, because at the end of the day, they both, whether one wants it or not, have found love and is married.
Okay, and I really can't talk much because my ass is single as fuck.
So, real shout out to them, because even though one of them is married, both of them bust nuts. You think she gonna sit up here and not enjoy getting fellatio? You think she ain't gonna be like? You think she gonna be right here like, oh my God, I just wish she get over with.
I mean, she's a person with sexual feelings, so I'm sure.
Exactly. She gonna be sitting right there like, and he might jump up and kiss both of them in the mouth. Ain't nobody gonna say nothing about that night.
Right. Somebody in the comments was like, you can't have a private conversation. Like, there's no curtain or nothing. And you can't talk shit about your sister that done irritated you to your husband because your sister right the fuck there.
I mean, they must really get along. That's how they have to, because people have disagreements. You know what I'm saying? So you would think like, all right, I don't want to talk to you. I need some space. All that. You know what I'm trying to say?
Right. So Blackman says, do we think the sister never sucked that D?
Dude, I just told you how it looked. It's a bitch with her head right here, and it's a bitch with her head right here. It's dick and balls getting influenced. You think she not gonna sit there? Like, you think she just gonna sit there and let balls slap her in their face? You think she's gonna just sit there for that?
Somebody commented, Alexa, play Real Sisters by Future.
Facts.
Oh, jeez, Louise. All right, we're done.
Shout out to that man in my in my NBA announcer voice. Shout out to that man.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm and then from this point on, I'm just gonna mind my single ass business. Yeah. So
I'm not. I'm gonna say this. Every man in the world wishes his girl had two heads. That nigga living the dream.
He said, "Oh yeah." So I mean, if the sister were to be involved, would that be considered a threesome, or does 3 sexual parts have to be in the building for it to be a threesome?
It's 3 different minds in this bed right now. At 11 in the morning. I mean, excuse me, 11 in the PM. Almost midnight. You think she ain't gonna be like, tell him to go this way? You think she ain't?
Lord,
she got woke up to this. She got woke up to this. Think about it. She like this. All of a sudden she got, what? You think she ain't gonna say, hey, do this?
Oh my God. So Blackman says every day is a threesome. 1 on the balls, 1 on the D. Yeah. I mean,
thank you. I said it. I'm gonna leave it at that. I said it.
That's why that dude commented he ain't slick. He is not slick.
I know what that is.
All right. So our last story, I actually came across this today. There's this lady who is catching traction on TikTok because she has a profile on BLK, which is a dating site, and she put up, oh Lord, hold on before I go on. Blackman says the husband looks kind of sweet though. I don't think so. I think he looks like a nice young man.
Even if he is kind of sweet. Give me a gay guy that wouldn't take 2 heads. Give me one.
Anyway. So, yeah, she has a profile on BLK, which is a dating site. And she ended up matching with a man, and they linked up at a restaurant. She told the story on TikTok that they linked up, and the guy from the jump did not know it was her. Then he acted real weird. Didn't want to talk. Just was being real weird the whole time they was there. Then when the check came, he wanted to split the tip. She said she didn't bring no money, so he reluctantly paid for it. Then after they left, he sent her a Cash App request for her portion of the meal. And one of the things that he said when he initially met her was that she did not look like her pictures on BLK. So, you know, you put two and two together. He was instantly annoyed, turned off, and did not want to be there, but he was there. So he went on ahead and went through with it. She talked about it. She said it was the worst meetup ever. She ended up, crying. And she said that she did not lie on her profile. She did state that she was a plus size woman. And she showed, screenshots of what she said on her profile. What she also did was she posted pictures from her profile. And she posted pictures of herself that she took right before she went on the date. So my question to you guys is, was this a catfish? So let me post what her profile pic looked like. This is what she looks like on the profile pic. So that's that. This is what she looked like the day of, right before she walked out the door to the date.
Yeah.
Catfish.
Yeah. It's a mad sauce catfish. It ain't the biggest catfish in the lake, but it's a catfish.
It ain't the catfish that we're used to, because we're used to the TV show where they show completely different people. You know, they'll show a person that's a whole different gender than them. But in terms of the definition, catfish, absolutely. Lily, what are your thoughts?
I struggle with this.
Mm-hmm.
And the only reason why I struggle with this is because niggas be knowing. I don't know if the cat's out of the bag yet, but I'ma just totally honestly just blow it out of the bag. Niggas know what filters are now. So
and they use them.
You said what?
I said, and they use them.
Yeah, and they use them. So like you should have known it was fillers in that, you know. But at the same time, I'll say this. In the case of, you know, maybe you aren't suave to this type shit, and she came through. Just walk away.
Yeah.
You know, just walk away. The thing that bothers me so much about this whole ordeal is, you know, because yeah, of course, yeah, she should have walked away too. Soon as he seen the vibe was wrong, she should have walked away too. But
yeah,
as a man, I'm gonna say, as a man, hey man, don't sit there. It's plenty of times. I will honest to God say, you know, in my years of existence, I've been through phone chat lines and then really actually online dating type of shit where I've never subscribed to any type of online dating, but online dating happens through like certain social medias that you jump onto. Nigga, if that shit ain't looking like I thought it was, I'm out of there. You don't even know I'm there. I'm a be that kind, like, oh shit, I had something came up. Like, I don't understand why you would go there just to have a bad time.
Maybe he didn't want to be an asshole, but he ended up being an asshole.
No, I was about to say, it ain't no, you don't want to be an asshole. As soon as you seen her that way, you should have made an excuse.
Mm-hmm.
You should have got up out of there. If that's not what you into, that's not what you into. That's no downplay to her. That's just not what you into. Don't make yourself seem like an asshole. This is the problem. This is why we got out and niggas ain't shit and man ain't shit and blah, 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 blah. Because niggas just don't stick to their guns. I don't have to tell you you ain't my speed. I just have to make something up.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's unfortunate, you know, because everybody wants a companion. They want to be loved and whatnot. But
yeah, but this is a dating app, and I ain't gonna make you be horrific and hate all men, you know what I'm saying? Because I don't want to date you.
No, what I'm getting at is that I get her being on the app and what she wants out of it and all that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I get that. And shit, it's hard out here for a pimp. But you got to be real with yourself. You got to be real with yourself. Like, the way that you put yourself out there compared to the way you are in real life and what you did to the photos, like, you know it's some BS. You know it's some BS. So, like, and then the person that is pursuing somebody, if you are pursuing somebody and the picture is just too perfect, or not even that, just anybody that you meet online, FaceTime with them. Like, it's not hard to FaceTime with somebody, and you don't have to have an iPhone to FaceTime. There are other video chatting apps that you can use. Yeah, so you don't have that excuse. So, and then in some of them dating apps, you can video chat right in that app, so you don't even have to exchange numbers yet. So it's like we gotta be more smart about things nowadays, so that situations like this don't happen. Like, we are in a day and age that we don't have to go through situations like this anymore.
Right. I'm sympathetic for the lady, because I'm like, damn, like, you know, this put a damper on her on dealing with men, because, you know what I'm saying, because of one, the way she put herself out there, and then two, the way people are going to actually perceive the real her. Like, so it put a damper on things. So I really feel bad for her. Like, no lie, because I'm like, damn, you know, she's gonna have a disdain for men, and it ain't got nothing to do with men. It just happened to do with the person that you actually chose to be around, but didn't give them the honest to God truth at first.
Mm-hmm.
She ain't gonna have no disdain for men. That ain't that whole first time doing that. She gonna get right back and make another motherfucking picture and talk to somebody else and do the same shit until somebody say, well, she don't look that bad from her
Yeah,
picture.
she actually is being positive about the situation. I found her TikTok because I found this story on Facebook, and I went and found her TikTok and looked at her other videos. She actually has a positive outlook on things. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so
that hoe ain't, she gonna meet that one nigga gonna be like, well, it ain't like that dude look like you. So, cause I wouldn't say catfishing, might be trout fishing. Like, she's doing.
It's salmon. It's salmon.
She, cause you don't look like that, but that's you, if that makes sense.
Right.
Yeah.
You don't look like that, nigga.
Right.
Either way,
but
filter or non-filter, you don't look like that.
He asked for her. What did he ask for? The money back?
Yeah. Yeah. First off, he was gonna make her pay her half at the place, and she was like, I don't have no money on me. So he reluctantly paid, but then he sent her a Cash App request for her portion.
And see, that's why I say he dead ass wrong with that, because I wouldn't even have been there. I would have left. I would have shot her $10 to get her a drink, and I would have walked up out of that bitch.
What happened was, he on the car ride home, he got pissed. And he said, when I get in this house, I'm gonna Cash App, send this bitch a Cash App request. That's exactly what happened.
It wouldn't even have got that far with me. I would have bought one drink. You know, you can you can get a bottom shelf shot for less than $10, and I'd have got up out of there.
But see, this is my thing with him. He already paid, so he shouldn't have asked for the money back. Like, just chop it up as
it up.
Next time I'll be smarter. I will FaceTime this hoe before we meet up. You know what I mean? Like at the end of the day, but
yeah, I wouldn't. I don't understand that. I told Lindsay when this was brought to me, I'm like, man, fuck that Cash App request. Like that's a tell that nigga, I'm not never paying you for that.
I mean, if I was her, I wouldn't have paid him the money back. But it just is what it is.
I don't know.
But at the same, I'm sure she didn't because I wouldn't have did it. But at the same time, he should chop it up as she's not gonna give it back. If she lied about her looks, you damn sure ain't getting that money back for that meal. You should know that. Are you that naive, brother? Like I wouldn't even have sent it. But to each his own. Like I'm not trying to be funny, y'all. These filters and things like that, like 10 years ago, maybe a little or more time than that, filters, people really didn't use them because they would be like, I don't want people to think I look like this and I know I don't.
Yeah.
To avoid catfishing. Now, like Lindsay said, somebody gonna tweak a picture. So you know, you gotta really kind of read between the lines with that kind of stuff. Because at the end of the day, you know, men to catfish you. You'll see what they look like for real and be like,
right. That's what I'm saying. Like the least you can do is FaceTime. Like, it's no excuse in this day and age. There's no excuse anymore. Which is so wild.
There's so much. I've actually seen people using filters and then make mistakes and then they fumbling all over themselves. And then you can see like the filter like coming off their shit and then coming back to it because you know it's that whole little navigation shit. Like I'm like, damn, these motherfuckers really be caught up in they want lashes, they want clear skin, they want this, and that shit. Hey man, whatever you are is whatever you are, man. God made you so beautifully flawed. And you supposed to like ignore, like you supposed to love the skin you in. I don't understand certain people. Like,
I mean, I'm not mad at filter shit. I use them, but I'm like, I'm not using them to the point where you don't know it's me. You know what I'm saying?
If I have on a filter, it's because I wanted to put it on. It's not necessarily because I needed to. It's like more of a, this is cute. Oh, I like how my eyebrows look with this filter on, or
right. And I used to,
but I don't use them like that though. I don't use them like that, but I will. I have.
That's the thing. Y'all don't use them like that, and there's certain people don't use them like that. Like I could say for instance, like my sister, when she takes pictures of her kids, she uses filters. And the only reason why she uses filters is because if she's outside, the light is too bright. So she uses a filter to darken that shit. That's not highlighting their eyes or highlighting their cheekbones and all that shit that motherfuckers do nowadays. It's like real features that make motherfuckers be something else.
Yeah.
I mean,
I use a filter that just like you
can you put her filter picture up so I can see that?
Yeah. I might use a filter where it's like blatant because it might be like something goofy or something like that. Or if I don't use a funny type of filter, I'll use a filter where it looks like I may got on like a light. I might have a very natural beat or something like that. You know, but like something like this where it's like thinning her face out and it just looks like
the real her.
Sister and exactly off of her because like
the real her look like the
her
mama.
Real her don't look 29. Her real her looks 45, which goes to Blackman's point, went from niece to auntie.
Exactly.
Like she really did. And then he said, I'm out, y'all. Great show. Thanks. Appreciate you.
Yep.
That's exactly right. Because I was about to say she looked like this person's mama in real life.
She do.
Yeah. So
I was like, when I went through the picture, because there's several pictures on the post I saw on Facebook. And so the very last two pictures were her pictures right before the thing. And I was like, if I was to do it, I'd be pissed too, because I'm thinking a young tenderoni and I'm getting Mrs. Robinson.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and no shade, but yeah, like you look like you need to be dating my daddy.
Yeah.
Like, but
and
yeah.
nobody's saying don't put your best foot forward. Nobody's saying don't use your best profile picture, but you need to make it as more realistic.
Right. Your best profile picture should not be a lie.
To where it looked like it's two versions of you, like age progressed. You know what I mean? Like this her age progressed 4 or 5 years. Like this shouldn't look like that.
Yeah.
But she's not scandalous because people's doing it. It's kind of like for that man, fool me once, shame on you, fool me twice, shame on me. Like now you need to kind of realize that in this day and age, I had somebody ask me, was I my picture on TikTok? And I was like, yeah. And he was like, oh. And he started inboxing me and I had to block him. But I had commented on one of his something, like it was something funny. And I might have put some laughing emojis. And he was like, is this you for real? And I was like, yeah. And at the time, I didn't think anything of it. But I had to think about what app I'm on and how many people I see. I see men use filters on there. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I get it. It's a man that used bold glamour on his shit.
Yeah, I just don't understand
Like
that.
that's their
looking
thing.
at that shit like, damn.
Yeah, like some of the men on there, that's their thing. That's part of their stick is that they use filters. And again, nothing wrong with using filters. It's just when you get like, especially like if you leaving it online, like clearly there's something wrong with that. But once you doing something in a dating app and your point is to see them in person and pursue them, you gonna set yourself up for failure when you putting shit out like this and then you show up like auntie.
She didn't even look like she did her hair or nothing. He looked like she just got off work and was like, let's go get some.
And she thought she was cute too. And I'm like, you like
yeah,
you didn't
really
brush your you brush your hair or nothing. And these pictures that she put up on that dating app, yeah, you might say you plus size or whatever, but these pictures are not reflecting what you are either. Like there's no full body pic or anything like that. So
none. Even the way she adjusting her fucking face, like nigga, her front teeth was in front of her. Her bottom teeth was in front of her front teeth. It's like nigga, like your whole shit is fucked.
Yeah, and then that's another thing because like, what if you a person that is really into teeth? and there are people that are really into teeth. Now you probably wouldn't have picked her because she kind of shows you she got a little teeth issue going on right here, but it's pales in comparison to how it is in real life.
Exactly, boy, you hit the nail on the head because I'm like that you'll give a pass to, but when you see her talk and you seen her bottom teeth overlap her top teeth, you're like, man, fuck nah.
Right. And got the nerve to be smiling and shit. No. Huh?
Put her old picture back up.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. She looked like today's church announcements.
Yes.
Red.
Right.
And the other picture looked like her daughter. She looked like the mama and the daughter. It don't even look like auntie niece, mama daughter.
This picture here,
you being generous.
Like, this picture right here look like she's 58, but she don't look it. But you know she's 58 when you see her.
It looked like when No Pain, No Gain come on that song, she be like, hey, no pain, no pain, no gain. Like,
nah, she looks
first in one, two step.
In this picture, she look like she about to go to a blues concert. That's what she looked like.
She look like Bobby Blue Black.
Yeah, right. Or Johnny Taylor.
That's funny. She ain't scandalous, but she is. And at the end of the day, sir, you should have knew better. You should have knew. You should have known.
I ain't gonna say necessarily scandalous, because it is her, right? She'd be scandalous if it wasn't her.
Well, what I would say is if you went talking to the profile pic, and then this the latest pic to show up, I'm not showing up to the restaurant.
So if she would have showed up, Lily, what would you have done? Like, honestly.
In my honest to God opinion, because I don't never like to like shoot people down and talk to people crazy. What would have happened was I would have been that kind. I would have been like, "Hey, how you doing?" I would have opened up doors. I would have let her out her seat. I would have did everything as a gentleman. And in 5 minutes, my phone would have rang, and I got something to do. And so I would have just been like, "Hey, what do you want to drink?" Whatever she said, if she would have been like, "I want a tequila shot to a Long Island," I would have dropped that trolley right there, and I would have got up out of there. Simple as that.
Lord have mercy.
That's just how that would have went for me. I ain't gonna act funny, so I just ain't gonna fuck with you.
So when you left, when you would leave the establishment, would you block her?
Yes, 100%. I wouldn't block her like that, where like she wouldn't see my shit. But like, nigga, I'm like, I know on Facebook, like you can just unfollow a motherfucker, and they don't even know you don't follow them no more.
Right. Okay.
So yeah, that's what I would have did.
That's what you would have did. All right. So yeah, that is the TikTok catfish. And if you go and find her, they wearing her ass out in them comments.
And they should. Should, because she's not who she said she was.
Yeah. Well, she's not. So yeah.
And so shout out to the dude that ain't brought himself out yet. Don't never bring yourself out.
Ever.
Don't lay on the cross like that, man. Fuck her. Like,
let that shit ride.
Yeah. Like, because a lot of people are on your sides with this.
Yeah.
So don't bite yourself in the foot by trying to come out there and saying something. Like, dude, we riding for you. We understand. We get it.
Okay. So, excuse me. So yeah, that's the TikTok catfish. I don't have a final thought. Bree, as always, we are glad that you showed up with us this evening. Do you have any final words to say?
No, not really, but everybody be safe. Enjoy your Easter weekend. Today's Good Friday. Praise Jesus. Thank you, God. Be safe.
All right. So Jerry's final thoughts, take it away.
That was beautiful, Bree. My Jerry's final thoughts is this. I don't even have a real prolific thought in this, but I will say something that's been nagging me for a minute now. My Jerry's final thought is, hey man, why are all of us still in a fucking mind frame where everybody in the LG I'm not going to massacre their name because I want to respect them. Why do we think everybody in this community has to have something wrong with them? Either it's a mental disorder or they've been touched. Why can't people just be who they are? The thing that bothers me so much about people is everybody wants to make so many excuses about people's actions where they start to make it seem like people just can't be normal. My nigga, my lady, my sister, my mama, my friend, my brother, my father, my uncle, whoever. Like, why can't people just be who they are? I really don't understand it, and I really want people to understand that nothing is a cookie cut shape of what we supposed to be. Why don't we just love each other because we are as human beings are doing what we supposed to do as human beings? Why does it have to be typecast into a sexuality? And that's just weird to me. I grew up with an uncle that was the greatest uncle I ever had, and he was gay. And I loved him to death, and I think he was the best uncle I ever had. So I don't be understanding how people say certain things are wrong. I can't never say that because he never did anything wrong to me. He showed me a lot of things in life that made me be who I was. So I don't understand that, and I really wish y'all can get over because a nigga don't move your way. He can't be I guess normalized. But you know, I understand how people are, but at the same time, I really want y'all to understand that all that shit is irrelevant when it comes to the soul of an individual. Because the soul of the individual means much more than the life that you're living here. And as always, take care of yourself and others.
All right. Thank you for that, Jerry's final thought. And this was episode 117 of the Ish We Talk. And we will see you guys for 118. Bye.
Exactly.